I wonder if we focus. I think we focus. I'm gonna just go with it.
Oh, we right. That shit look good when we just checked it out.
Yeah,
That shit better be.
it should be.
Last one, it was a little off.
I'm a.
For real.
We good. Okay. Well,
Let's go, bro.
to each his own, man.
Teachers on podcast, man. We back for episode what?
Episode 3.
Sheesh.
Tree.
Tres.
Tres.
Yeah, tres.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah, man. To each his own, man. Young
Three.
D.R. Watson.
3 is is 3 a lucky number?
I mean, it can be for some people. It's
Oh, they say 3rd is the charm.
Yeah, 3 times the charm.
3 times the charm
3 is the complete cycle.
of what?
The 3 is the Trinity. It's just the complete. It's the first complete number, basically. Because, like take a triangle into consideration. That's like the first complete geometrical shape. Like that you can actually shape into something and close it off.
Okay. I see.
So it's like the first complete number.
I like that. Teachers on podcast, man. We back
You know what I mean?
here with my boy DR.
Young D.R.
Exec
Watson,
Jordan in
man.
the cut.
Exec Jordan.
Chillin'. How you been, bro? Hey, I balled on them niggas yesterday.
Yeah, man, it was at the court.
We at the court.
Hey, Jordan and Ty ran up something.
Ran up on their ass. Niggas playing with us, bro. We run niggas out the court every time, bro. Niggas don't know, bro. I'm a hooper. I used to be. All tight as fuck. It was half court.
On the low.
I was a
low key.
hooper. AAU. 8 years, probably straight type shit.
Man.
Shit, water. I swear to God. Since I was like a kid.
Word.
But then I stopped like going up to like high school or something. I stopped. That shit draining, bro. Like,
yeah, I know it.
Cause AAU people play. I was never like a one sport player though. I played everything. I wasn't never good at baseball because I couldn't see the damn ball. But like,
yeah, that shit,
bro. You have to have a good eye. Like you have to have like real like tunnel vision, focus. And then I was scared they were gonna hit me with the fucking ball.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite.
That's why I was like, man, fuck this shit. Message just be throwing the hell out that ball, boy.
I ain't fit for no baseball. I ain't gonna lie.
But like, I was never like no one sport type of player. I always did like. I played at least 2 sports at least.
Yeah.
But now these days, bro, like I see these kids on Instagram and stuff, bro. Like LeBron kid and D-Wade kid and all that. Bro, I'm like, damn.
I think it's a different breed.
Bro. Everybody look like they ready for the lead in middle school. I'm telling you.
Better.
Shit.
Throughout the generations. It's like he get his daddy genes, fool. So it's like he gets like kind of get a head start.
I don't know. Like, look at that's what
I ain't saying he gonna be as good as that nigga, which he might be. I ain't gonna say he not either, but you know.
What is it like with athletes like that? Like those like mega athletes, like mega star, like just like you got stars, then you have superstars, and like Michael Jordan kids.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
That's the main. Like, that's a perfect example I give. Yeah. But I think it's more so just like your dad already did it, so. You're not even really striving. That's not even your focus. You don't even have that same like struggle that he went through at all. Like, you know what I mean? The passion way different. It's way different. Yeah. And you gotta have that. You just got this. That's you gotta naturally have that hunger in you.
You think Michael Jordan kids ain't want it bad enough?
How can you when you just living great as fuck?
Shit, LeBron's son do same like it anyway.
Yeah, it look like it. He looking like he elevated.
Couple of them kids. D-Wade son be balling.
Did he do?
Yeah,
he do. It's a lot of. I'm looking at a lot of NBA. NBA is like a privileged ass league, bro. Like if you look at some of the superstars, bro, they daddies was like cold as fucking elite already. Like look at Kobe. Yeah. Kobe dad was already baller. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry.
Still.
Like that shit is crazy to me. Like
Austin Reeves died.
Yeah, they already grew up in it. Like you don't really see that too often. I don't know if you see that as much often in other sports like that, like NBA.
Not that I know of.
I don't think so. And them niggas be better than they daddies though. For the most part.
Yeah, typically. Yeah. Seem like it.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But I can't see like it's difficult to try to top like LeBron, bro. Imagine like LeBron being your dad, bro. I'm be like, Daddy, I'm gonna play golf.
That's something different.
For real.
That's like Michael. Like I said, that's that Michael Jordan effect.
Yeah.
But that nigga LeBron, that nigga better than Michael Jordan's sons though.
Yeah.
That nigga ain't number like what, 14, 15?
Yeah, kid. Nigga booming.
Yeah, bro.
Nigga booming.
Nigga nice.
Shit,
That ain't gonna be a problem. That ain't gonna be something.
You think so?
For sure. I'm pretty sure, bro. I'd bet money on it.
He got the formula. The formula's there. And like LeBron seemed like a great ass dad, bro.
Yeah.
Like I won't be jealous, but I'd be like, damn, this nigga's like
LeBron could be a coach if he wanted to.
Bro, because he get it. That's why
he's
he's
an on-court coach.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So
like,
shit.
You be seeing? Do you see him at the AAU games and shit?
It's like you got that, yeah.
Nigga be supportive as fuck.
And then got great ass trainers. So shit, that nigga.
You destined. It's a formula for it. It's the NBA is like a formula. I feel like it's a formula to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like a formula.
It ain't just about being good too. It's a bunch of other shit that go into it.
Yeah.
It's like
you can finesse your way into getting into the NBA too though. Like if you got the publicity behind you.
Like we always say shit. It be about who you know a lot of the time.
That's a fact. That's
for real. Niggas probably in the NBA don't even belong there.
I've heard that. They say there's some player. They say a lot of times your agent.
Yeah.
They say a lot of guys you'll see who in NBA they shouldn't be in the NBA. Like they trash as fuck. They say it's a lot of dudes in the NBA who should not be there. But like when you got that respected agent, or like an agent that's just good as fuck, and it's politics at the end of the day. That's why you'll see a lot of dudes who supposed to be in the NBA. They're not even there no more. But it's the politics that's involved with it.
Yeah. NBA like the rap game, man.
Hey man. Hey man. I mean it's just like any business, I guess.
Yeah.
Politics, you know how it go.
Yeah.
It's the way the game go. Shit, how you been feeling, bro? Since the last pod.
Since the last podcast, man, shit, I can't even tell, bro. This week went by fast.
It went by fast, bro.
I've been spending the whole week editing these damn videos.
Man, I looked up
uploading this shit for the last podcast. Bro, that we back at it with
this shit go back at it again for real. Like this shit, bro. Time fly fast as fuck when you doing damn podcasts, bro.
Like that shit like 3 days ago, nigga.
I mean, this motherfucker like, god damn. Yesterday I was like, that's why when we was at the court, I was like, god damn, we gotta shoot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cause shit, we obviously trying to stay on the schedule, like shoot at a certain time, so we get this shit out on Sundays for the people. You know what I mean? Get it out on Holy Day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like. I feel like we low key strategically playing that shit on the low. Did you? Did we?
Kind of, sort of. I mean,
I was kind of thinking Sunday necessary. In my head anyway.
It just seemed necessary.
It just happened.
It was either gonna be like Friday or Sunday, one of them 2 days.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I couldn't see no other day. I couldn't see no other day of the week. Mm-hmm. Maybe Thursday, Friday, or maybe Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sunday seemed about right because, you know, I don't know. It seemed like a broadcast type of day.
Yeah, you do.
Is Sunday the end of the week or is it the first of the week, bro?
Technically, it's the first of the week, but that's some bullshit. That shit. That's just like when it be like 3:00 in the morning and people be saying, "Oh, it's the next day already." I'm like, no, bro, it's still Monday. It's still the same day.
When?
It's not the like when
3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. Like it's like say if coming it's Monday, coming from Sunday, I still say it's Sunday, and when I wake up, that's when it's Monday.
I mean, it's like that for any day though. I mean, for any day, for the most part.
Yeah.
Any day of the week, if you ain't been to sleep yet, nigga, it's still that day.
That's how I feel. But some people be like, "Oh, well, it's tomorrow." I be like, "That's bullshit."
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I do be doing that now.
I don't do that at all. I never. I hate when
like
people
lately,
do that.
I do be doing that shit. I be like, "Nah, it's that day now." Cause
that's how I wake up.
That's just how it is. It ain't tomorrow though. It's the next day, but it's not tomorrow.
It's in the middle. Like it's in the middle. It's like, nigga, I'm still
like
here.
The date changed, but nah, nigga, it's not tomorrow yet. Cause if that makes sense, it doesn't. But that's my theology. I mean, philosophy.
But
nah, though. I mean, man, like I say, that's really what I've been on, bro. I guess hell, editing the last podcast, getting all that shit together, uploading SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram. We made the Instagram, man. Y'all follow the Instagram page. That 2 each is on. That's two each. Number 2 each. ITSON. You know what I'm saying? Follow the Instagram page. Subscribe to
comment, send it to your friends in the group chats.
Yeah, man.
All of that.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel if y'all haven't. That's the To Each His Own podcast on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can type it in any kind of way y'all want to. Y'all gonna come across it.
Go straight to it.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you spell it right. That's To Each His Own. Y'all know, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow the joint on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't trying to watch the video, you can check out the audio. Yeah. That last one was kind of long, bro. That bitch was like 3 hours long, fam. That last podcast
we just did?
Yeah.
Shit, that's all right. That hell was long. I seen it the other day when I just actually looked at the time of it. Yeah. I say, damn. Niggas over here doing Joe Rogan length podcast. Like that shit long as hell, but we just be getting them conversations. This shit be real, bro. Yeah, they should just be real ass conversations off the street. But shit, last podcast, I feel like we kind of led into something.
Nah, definitely. That's what I've been on too.
Something.
I guess
and I've been thinking about that the whole time.
I guess I've been kind of coming off that, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, reflecting on that.
Yeah.
You know, because we
and telling people exactly what we're talking about for those who don't know.
I don't know. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I mean,
like the main ones.
The main thing. What was the topic? How did we get here? How did we end up here, bro?
Do you choose
your fate? Do you choose your life? Do you choose your destiny? Do you choose your parents? Do you choose your sitting? You know what I'm saying? How did you end up here? Like, you know, we talked about that. We talked about how astrology leads into that. You know, we talked about astrology a little bit.
But I just had a great ass thought that just popped. Not great ass, but I thought just popped in my head.
Before we talk about that though, you be asking me how I been. How you been?
Shit, y'all always act that because you like.
You never know.
I never know with your ass. Like that's why with me, I just people know straight up how I be feeling. I feel not all the time. They don't. Yeah. Niggas be thinking I'm happy all the goddamn time. Nigga be depressed as hell.
Yeah, man.
Nigga be depressed as hell. I ain't been down in a long time though. I ain't like I said. I've been saying the last podcast whatever. Like I've been feeling good, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck wrong with it, and I usually get nervous
I know,
when I feel good. I know that's what's crazy. Like I usually get nervous when I feel good because I be like something bad finna happen. I be like nigga, if something bad finna happen.
You
like
nervous.
But a nigga being broke as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Cause that's usually like niggas be like they depressed and shit or all that shit, bro. Half of these niggas just be broke, bro. They just be broke. Cause I realized that one day I was like, bro, it was one time like I was low type shit, and I was like, okay, if somebody gave me $1 million right now, will I still feel the way I feel right now? And I wouldn't. So I was like, your ass ain't down, and then you just, you know what I mean? You just on the way on the come up type shit, whatever. But this is the best time I ever felt in my fucking life, bro.
Word.
I don't know what the fuck has came into me. Pause. Pause.
Man, fuck this shit. We gotta pause.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't know what just came into me, but but I don't know what happened to me, bro.
Yeah.
But I feel like just good. It's weird, bro.
It's the shit.
I've never been happier in my fucking life. Yeah. Like I got the same girl I've been with, and I always been happy with her always. Yeah. Same family type shit. Same fucking friends. Same friends. Shit. I wouldn't say same situation, but I guess I could say same situation because I'm in the path of the come up type shit, type whatever you want to call it, like just rising up.
Exactly.
But I think I just realized like, oh shit, just be patient, bro. Like you got time, and I just feel good. And I realized that's what I realized. I realized that I've heard somebody say it before, and a lot of people say it, but I realized that I have a choice though, to be feel good, or I have a choice to just stay down. Yeah. Cause it was a time like in college, bro. Shit, that's what I say. I be asking you how you be feeling, shit. Yeah. I'm glad you did ask I'm glad you asked me though, cause like it was one time in college, bro. That's when I realized that depression was real type shit. Like, you know how people like depression is real? Yeah. I was the nigga who'd be like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, just get out your fucking feelings. Like, nigga, be happy. Like, move, do something. Like, nah, like, I was just laying in the bed. I would go to school, come back to my apartment, bro, and just lay in the bed. Like, I started, like, cutting off my girl a little bit. Like, she was always there, whatever, but, like, I started pushing her away, trying my best to push her away. Like, I started just smoking weed to help how I felt, like, and I wasn't smoking like that. I barely even smoke type shit, but, like, you know, on some movie shit, I'd be like, maybe this shit'll help. Yeah. On some goofy ass shit, that was me. Yeah. But I was down, and so, like, to see how I feel now, and to see, like, it was only, like, a month ago. It was literally a month ago that I wasn't in this state of being that I am right now. Yeah. Like, I had problems with my mama, bro. I had problems with my sister. Like, yeah, it was real. Yeah. It was real. And so, for me to feel the way I feel now, bro, it changed everything. And I had a conversation with my girl one time, and I told her, like we was just talking about. I was really complaining, like talking about like this and that. Like bro, they do this, people doing that, blah blah blah. Yeah. And what I realized was, I said, bro, I don't know what it was about myself. I felt like that if I change my energy, everybody else's energy will change around me too.
Right.
And that's literally what happened. Yep. Literally what happened, bro. So yeah, I went up on a rant with that one.
Nah, that's dope.
I don't know this shit.
I feel
good, bro. It's weird, DR.
It's like that.
I don't know how to. It's crazy that this is weird to me, feeling good. Like my body feels fresh, bro. Like niggas don't know.
Rebirth, nigga.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like
refreshing.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying to me sometimes because I just be like, I did used to be wanting certain people to hit me up and like check on me. Sometimes I can't lie, like just be like, damn, like see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
But maybe because I might have gave off the persona like, oh, Jordan don't give a fuck, and Jordan just be chilling doing what the fuck he want to do, and whatever he got it together.
All right.
And I know a lot of people think that, like even my mama always said like, you gonna be fine, all this shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But
it don't be like that all the time. Shit, we ain't superheroes, man.
At all.
We're human at the end of the day.
For real.
Even though, man, the toughest person, mentally, physically, whatever, they gonna have them times. Like, where it's like, damn, you fuck around down there, reach a breaking point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It be like that.
How do you? So, I already know you done went through your slumps or whatever and all that. I already know shit. You might be still going through them though, or whatever. But like, how do you like? What's ways that you get yourself out of that?
I don't know, bro. I talk to myself a lot.
That's your problem.
Like, I think, I don't know. I think
it's
that's
good and bad sometimes.
Because, mental health is kind of like a popular topic, you know what I'm saying, around this time.
Very popular.
You know what I'm saying? People expressing how important it is, you know what I'm saying, to talk to people. And I look back at my life, I ain't never just been a person to necessarily express how I feel with people a lot of the time. I always been just real closed out.
This nigga don't say shit.
But it's like I feel like a reason behind it is like I never really felt the need to, because I always took everything over myself. And I know to the average person that shit might sound crazy, bro, because it's like that don't work. Mm-hmm. But it's like people might feel like you need to talk to somebody, like you need somebody else to, you know what I'm saying, share that with. But it's like with me, bro, it's like I feel like ain't nobody else gonna understand my problem better than I do. Nobody else gonna understand how I feel better than I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even though, you know what I'm saying, speaking with other people might help, I feel like, I don't know, it was just more efficient, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, taking that shit over myself, you know what I'm saying? Kind of taking time with myself to kind of sort things out, see how I really feel about shit, and you know what I'm saying, how, you know what I'm saying, it's making me feel, and you know what I'm saying, where I need to go from there, basically. And I guess like I say, I always been like that. Like my whole life, I was like the nigga that was like in school talking to himself. People thought I was weird. People would be like, who this nigga talking to?
My daddy used to talk to himself. I used to be like, bro, this nigga crazy, bro.
Like for real, bro. Like it's crazy. It's so crazy, bro. Like I sit around, I really have a full conversation with myself, bro. Like I'm talking to you right now. Yeah. I sit up and talk to myself like this, like I'm talking to somebody else, bro. But I'm talking to myself.
And I used to be like, this nigga weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, oh, maybe
my granddaddy do that shit. He do the same shit.
It's kind of like my daddy used to do it in like it was kind of like a like shadow boxing damn near the way he did it. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, like shadow boxing. Yeah. Like I used to kind of try to do that. Yeah. When I was younger, I would be in the shower and I would just have conversations like, but my crazy, it would be stupid ass situations with me. Like I'm talking to a girl and then some niggas, some type shit, whatever.
I do this. I don't know.
Like it used to be just like stupid shit, or whatever. Yeah. But what I realize is I don't do it out loud. I do it in my head though. Yeah. That's all it is. It's shadow boxing. It's like you just practicing, like sharpening your mind.
That's a good ass correlation too. I never even thought about that. Yeah.
Shit, I ain't never thought about it either. I don't know how I thought about it, nigga. I'm still feeling good, goddamn.
Shadow talking.
Yeah, shadow talking.
Shadow conversing.
So, do you? Because I actually do think now that you say that, that's actually that show you how. I think that showed me how powerful your mind is, though. That you able to like, kind of like, deal with things internally. Yeah. In a way, like some people might look at it like as a flaw, and it can have its flaws too, whatever. Yeah. Because you do want to, like, I'll be like, bro, you want to pick your brain, like, you got to pick your brain, because sometimes we could be so much in our head that, you know what I mean, because we just think and we know everything about ourselves, but sometimes that's why when people go to therapy,
it would be good to get like an outside
just throwing it off the wall, throwing things against the wall, outside perspective type thing. And so, but that's powerful that you can even like sharpening your own self You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when people are like down as far as maybe
a lot of people, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
Because like they'll keep that shit like you know what I'm saying bottled in,
and
like,
they won't even like
shit.
Try to deal with
so
it
it's
themselves.
Like it's like that shit like really like staying within you. So it's like
that's what might have happened to me.
That shit start tensing you up and everything, mentally and physically.
I think that might have happened to me.
It might have.
Because I now that I realize it, you know, I said my body feel good. That's because I don't feel tense no more.
Yeah.
I would walk around my house when at my mom and them house. I would be just like waiting for somebody to say something to me I was waiting to be offended.
Yeah.
Like I was waiting to just waiting for just confrontation.
Yeah.
But now I like healthy confrontation type shit.
Right.
Like I like healthy debates. Like I purposely like go like you know how like we do all the time. Like I live for that, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's why my mama say you should have been a politician or something because I just love to debate about stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it really that crap will tense your body up. Like physically, it'll affect you.
Straight up, because like that's really tension that you keeping inside yourself, literally. Yeah.
And it'll show too. Eventually, over time, it'll show.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. We trying to look good forever.
Right. Well, as long as you need to.
As long as
you care, I guess.
Shit, I always care.
Well, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's always been my thing. Like I'm talking about since a little kid. Like I guess it's crazy because I ain't even have no imaginary friend like growing up. Like I guess like a lot of a lot of kids they'll do that shit. They'll have an imaginary friend. Like I ain't had no imaginary friend. I just talked to myself. I just had myself. I just knew I was just. I guess it was like kind of a thing, so it's like connecting with your higher self. I guess that's what that was. It's like it was kind of like my way of talking to God, I guess, or my higher self. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was just always like that. And I ain't never even pay attention to it until like people start mentioning it to me, like, nigga, who you talking to? Like, I just be talking.
Mumbling to himself. They're like, this nigga,
I just be talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like getting older. It's like once I started to really deal with shit, it was like, you know, that's what that was, bro. It was like, you know, it would be. I feel like as far as talking to other people, I feel like that's good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As far as getting like it's kind of like a relativity thing, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to relate to somebody else or having somebody understands you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the good that comes out of that because, you know, a lot of the times we'll feel like I know with me, speaking personally, it's like I always felt like I was just somebody who was just real misunderstood. So I feel like that give me the opportunity, like if I was to discuss things with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like giving them you know what I'm saying, kind of a better understanding of who I am, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a comfort thing. It comforts you in a way, you know what I'm saying? For it's like you can kind of get these things off with other people to where it's like, okay, it's like getting a hug. It's like getting a conversational hug type shit, you know?
That's a fact.
But yeah, you know, I like shit. That's what I always did. I had that in like music, you know?
Yeah.
I had that in music, you know what I'm saying? That was always my form of expression, how I was able to get things off my chest, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Bro, I always felt like, you know how you feel like some people, they be like, well, we already know, like, bro, he been here before type shit, or whatever, or like, nigga, you way more mature than, like, you always been, like, this super, like forward thinking, like, very forward thinking, like you like a goddamn mystique.
You want to say it?
Like, I don't know, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know nobody else. Just like you.
You know how
I don't know myself. Bro.
I don't know. It's something about you. I ain't like, capping that out.
Cause like just like you say, cause you know that's something I done said before. Like I said this like on the podcast.
I feel like you a walking
I done been
spirit,
here before.
and we all like walking spirits.
Yeah,
before.
definitely.
But I just feel like
it's
like your presence,
it's
like
just,
you could sit in the room and I say shit, and I know how you feel type shit.
Right.
Or like maybe not all the time. Nah.
It depends on how.
It depends on. I don't know, bro. It's just like, that's why I say you a superstar though. You a superstar. Like they say Jay-Z used to come in the room, bro.
Yeah.
And like his presence was felt without him trying to have his presence felt.
Right.
And maybe because he was a superstar anyway. But everybody can't do that. You got a lot of superstars who will come in the building and just be like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
And whatever. But you got certain people who will come in the room.
Yeah.
And that shit that is literally like we always talk about. Like that energy is real. Like we was talking about positive and negative energy.
Yeah.
Like how you could feel if somebody walking around right now. be like, all right, something negative, something off right now.
Yeah.
And then somebody come in the room, you be like, bro, they're a good person. Like, I know I can trust them. Like, that's how you always had that spirit. Like, it's just like glowing type shit. Like,
was it really though?
Nah, glowing in like in a sense of like.
I always felt like I was a ghost. I felt like I was that nigga that could walk in the room.
No, you definitely a motherfucking ghost.
Not even notice.
I tell niggas all the time. Nah, you notice for sure.
Slip
past. But you the nigga who like, you the nigga who just sit in the corner, but like niggas know. Yeah. Type shit. Like niggas know. Yeah. I can't explain it. If you know the car, you know. But like, what Pusha T say? If you know, you know. But that's exactly how it is, and like, but I think it's just being aware of like the energy that you give off, and like we walk in spirits. We got that soul. That soul is real, and you got to be aware of that because we can be so caught up in just like our physical selves that we forget about our soul. Like you got like a lot of older people who got a lot of wisdom and just been around for a long time and just they got that good thinking. They can like sense like a good soul. They be like, nah, you got like every time, bro. I was working at this that restaurant. Yeah, I was working at this restaurant, and every time I would work there, first of all, it will always be black women. Yeah. That's why I love black women so much, bro. Yeah. They just know. They the best fillers.
They walk in vibrations, bro. Straight up.
Bro, I would be about to cry at work, bro. Like I don't know. First of all, I don't know what's getting into me. That's how I know I'm happy too, though. You know how people like cry when they happy? Yeah. That's how I've been feeling. I forgot where I was the other day. I was at work today.
How was today?
First day at work. I'm just sitting there thinking about something. Yeah. I wanted to cry, bro, because I was happy. I say, what the fuck, bro? And I got mad because I'm like,
they go like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's how my mama be. Like, you know how women they like, and I really think because I've been back at my house lately, so it's just my mama and my sister, and I'm used. That's who I really grew up with all the time anyway. Yeah. So that's why I think that's why my voice so goddamn high anyway, type shit, because I'm used to them screaming and shit, yelling and all that shit, and like and the way like how I can connect to females like is way different because I can kind of understand a little bit way more, right? Because I just grew up around there so damn much type shit, but. Yeah, like black women, man. I'm not capping at all. They would literally see me working in there. I would be looking like I would just have on some Adidas pants, hat turned backwards, earrings, gold chain, gold bracelet on, walking up. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Talking to him, and then this lady looked at me one time. She said, "You're not supposed to be here." And I was like, in my head, I was like, I know, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm like, I'm just trying to get some money, or whatever. She was like, don't you get caught up in this. Like, nah, this is not you. Like, she said, it's something about you. I could tell. She was like, I could tell your mama raised you good. She said, I could tell you got your ass whipped when you was younger. I could tell you was rebellious and you was trying to fuck up, but you stayed strong and still kept it together and they made you stay in line. Yeah. And, bro, when I say she read me, like, you know, be like, oh, you know how girls like, she read him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Read the fuck out of me. And I would be dealing other tables and shit, and they were right on the receipts. Like I have certain receipts that I used to post on Instagram and shit, and they were right on there. They were like, "Hey, this is not meant for you. Your destiny is way different." Blah 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 blah. And I wouldn't know nothing. It would just be me having just a simple little conversation with them, walking off, asking them do they need some stuff, and I'm telling you, it was always black women, always. And that's shit. They gods at the end of the day. If you ask me, but.
Straight up. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. That nigga said that shit. The black woman is God.
Man, it's way. I can't even, cause that's like I said, cause I get caught up in like the physical. You know, it's just physical. Everything. It's just it's just physical. I'm not even thinking about. When you're out daily, you're not thinking about the energy, the souls. Like I wasn't or whatever. But when things like that happen, I'm like, oh. that open your eyes. But if you're not trying to be aware, then you're not even gonna realize it. You're just gonna be like, oh, it's just coincidence, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And you just brush it off and keep going on with your day. But you gotta realize that shit is real, man. That shit is completely fucking real.
Definitely, bro. And it's like, it's not even that hard. It's not even that hard to comprehend if you just understand basic science.
It's not. It's not at all.
It's like shit, nigga. Like we was talking about the last time. It's like, okay, we made from, you know what I'm saying, where we at, you know what I'm saying, like I say your body is made from the earth, your soul is made from the cosmos. It's like, really, it's like the physical isn't even just solid as we think it is, bro, because when you get off into quantum physics, like they'll tell you, like once you start breaking stuff down into its like smallest components, You know what I'm saying? You got once you like, okay, the smallest thing that we know the man is with the atom, or at least for a minute, and they start going, you know what I'm saying, smaller than that. You had subatomic particles and this type of shit. Then they brought it down, you know what I'm saying, smaller than that, string theory, what they call quarks, which is basically like little vibrational type of strings or whatnot. Like if you was to look at a like, let me see, what's an example I can use? I guess okay, I mean you probably done seen this type of shit on TV or maybe in movies or something. If you had like a spirit, but they're not in a physical form, it's like a kind of like a vibrational type of light type of thing going on.
Yeah. Kind of like American Gods.
Let me think. I mean, I don't know if I done seen that on there. Probably though. But anything like that. But like even like I say, something at a video game, anything. But it's like, you know, it's like that's kind of what we are. But it's like it's just more dense. It's just real dense. It's like if you look at a star. Like if you look at a star, it looks like just a light, a solid light, right?
Yeah.
But if you was to zoom in on it, you go like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you was to zoom in on it with a camera or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the actual vibrational, like it looks like the waters and shit. Like it looks like
is it waves or something?
Like some waves. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But like it's the same if you was to shine like some light the water or something, like, you know, it's like
it was like that on American Gods. Now that I think about it, that's why I thought about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
because
something like that on there.
It was this lady. And for people who don't know American Gods, it's like it's a confusing ass show.
We gotta get off into that.
Yeah, we gotta get off into that. Yeah, we'll get off into that. Whatever. Just look up American Gods. This ain't no ad because we ain't doing shit. But look up American Gods. I haven't even finished it, but it was like that. Like the lady, she died, but then she came back because she didn't want to die because she spent her whole life fucked up. Her spirit was fucked up.
Talking about a dude girlfriend.
Yeah, she was his wife. His wife. She was just a fucked up individual and just so fucked up, just spirit, all of that. And he would be like walking around, and she could see him. She knew where he was based off of that glow, like you said, that vibration.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was that glow. It was like a sun, like just beaming down on him, a light beaming down on him. It was like a glow every time, and she always knew where he was. And that was like a perfect example like of that, because he was like, because I seen it. His mom was just always telling him when he was younger, like how he's just this great person and like it's deeper than what he even is, more than what he even think he is, type shit. And so I think that was the whole concept of it. Like he was just a walking God. He was just a living God, and that's what it was. I think that's what I haven't finished.
Damn, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for nobody. Should we talk about it? Spoiler alert.
That's been out for a long time. American Gods. It's spoiler. Even if we spoil it, it don't matter because you can go watch it and you gonna still be confused.
Well, we gonna talk about it. So if y'all don't want to watch it, y'all can skip past this part. But spoiler alert. But man, who was that? But you know, he was Odin's son. So he was. Damn, you probably ain't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Hold on.
I done spoiled it for you, goddamn.
Nah, I don't care. I usually don't care about spoilers. Oh, so the old man in the Cadillac type shit.
Yeah.
That's his son.
Yeah.
So that's why he was making him go through that shit.
Yeah.
He an evil ass motherfucker. I knew that's what it. Oh my fucking. Hold on.
I just spoiled it for this, did you? God damn it.
Damn.
That's
what it was. Cause the last episode I seen, he was on the train and they had him strung up on this thing, shocking him.
Yeah.
And then they stopped the train and it wrecked, and he just left him. Kind of like, and now that you say that's his dad, I can understand that. It's like your son falling and fucking himself up, but he like, I know he gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like when a baby just fall and hit his head, and everybody like, leave him alone. Yeah. He gonna be all right. And that's exactly what it was.
But you seen how that nigga did Thor? You seen the one with Thor was in there?
No.
I think that episode.
I can't remember.
Is that episode before that? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I can't even remember.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you would know.
Because I watched it
Spaces.
I watched it in spaces. Like I watched it, I would binge it, then I'll stop watching it completely, then go back to it weeks later.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
Yeah.
But that's his son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all haven't seen it, go check out American Gods. Like, that's a great fucking show.
Man,
it's deep, and I feel that's real.
But before we get off into that though, what I was saying, like as far as us, like I was saying, being souls and whatnot, us being basic spirits. Like I said, if you understand science, you know, our body is composed of mostly water, right? So it's like you already know outside we're not just some solid beings, you know. It's like we made of mostly water, you know. So we just got a flesh suit, you know what I'm saying. We just got skin wrapping around us, keeping everything in, you know what I'm saying, keeping everything in place. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what it is.
You
Nigga take out the skin, shit just fall apart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So shit.
That's crazy.
And it's like, yeah, when you think of water, it's like water. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a real emotional type of just vibrational type of fluid. I mean, it's
water is very mystic.
Yeah, definitely.
You go to the you know, like I always tell you, go to the ocean.
Water is one of the best conductors, you know. Well, I mean, I guess you would say solid is a better conductor, but
as far as what?
Anything, whether you're talking electricity or just any type of energy, basically, you know. But water is a great conductor, so it's like we made of water, bro. So it's like, yeah, we feel, and water deals with the emotions, the feeling. Like when I was talking about the elements last time, how fire is the spiritual, air is the mental, water is the emotional, and earth is the physical. You know, water is, you know what I'm saying, one of those types of, you know what I'm saying, it's one of those elements, or it's like,
which one is the spiritual?
Real flowing. Fire.
Okay.
Like, it's like that spark, that fire, that flame, you know. But, yeah, man. But that's why I was telling y'all to program y'all water in that first podcast. It's just like...
Yeah, what you saying? Hold on. You say program it. Like what?
Yeah, I mean...
I was... That live that you sent me with that dude on there, he was talking about something like that. About the water or something.
He was
like the best phase. I
thought he was finna start talking about something, but he was taking too long.
It was something else he was talking about. I can't even remember that, but if I remember, I'll bring it back up.
He was talking about Apple and all that shit.
But
he was finna start talking about like how to use... I don't know. We don't want to talk about. Nah, fuck that. He was talking about how to I guess hook your system up without Wi-Fi, all that type of shit. So I was kind of interested. I was like, okay, how that go?
I'm gonna go research that. So we can talk about that.
But yeah, man, that's why I was telling y'all to program your water. You know, just like y'all pray over y'all food. You know what I'm saying? When you bless the food, talk to your water, program your water, because the water can hear you. The water can feel you. This water right here is picking up my energy just from me holding it and me talking. Speaking these words, like you familiar with cymatics?
No.
How like you'll place certain sounds around water and the molecules, a type of certain geometric shape.
I've seen that before.
Like if you was to put a water in something and like play some music over it, like the actual molecules, they'll like, you know what I'm saying, they'll start forming like a geometric pattern.
So is that why? Is that an example of like when we hear certain music that we like, it make us feel a certain type of way?
What the fuck? That's a great example. That's exactly what that is. Because you know, music is water. Music is fluid. It's waves. Straight up. I'm glad you said that too. Definitely.
That's crazy because it's literally like, it's kind of like when you hear a dope ass song that's super good,
it make you feel good.
It immediately hit your emotions, and you be like, ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I am when I hear Young Thug songs. I be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like it just hit me, and I be like, bro, I keep playing it over and over, and it give you this feeling that you can't even explain it. It just naturally happens.
And you gotta think, what's the most influential popular theme in hip hop right now? It's
I got that water. Splash.
Waves.
You
know what I'm saying?
Damn. This shit keep coming out. Hold on. That's crazy.
Straight up. Drill.
You think that got something to do with it?
Yeah. By far. Easily.
I got that drip. That water.
That's the most, man. Water is fluid. I mean, music is fluid, you know. That's why
it
flow.
Is.
Niggas rapping.
Flow.
Niggas talking about flow. You flowing on that beat.
This shit mind blowing. This shit blowing my mind on the low, bro. I'm trying to let that go crazy. Damn.
It's like that.
It is.
But it's like I was saying, when we talking about water, it's like you will see people conduct certain experiments where like they'll speak certain words to the water, and like depending on the vibration of that word that they use and the energy behind it and whatever word that was, like the water would take like a synchronized type of pattern. Like if you was to say love, like say you got a bowl of water, a cup of water or something, you speak love to it, you say love, it'll have like a more synchronized type of pattern. But if you was to speak like nasty words to it, like I hate you, it'll take my bad, I don't want to say that word, I love you. But
hey, you got that good water too, that core water fire.
Hey,
we giving niggas. I'm gonna endorse that shit.
Endorse this year.
We giving niggas straight endorsements like a motherfucker today.
Core, this might be the best water out of
Hey, we gotta create our own water one day anyway. But core water. I want to create my own water. We'll talk about it, but
and this is genius, bro, because it's core, bro.
Fucking perfect. I fucking love that shit.
And they knew what they was doing.
And we giving these niggas ass like a motherfucker.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie.
That shit is fire.
They knew what they was doing with this, even with the shape of the bottle, how it has like this hyperbolic type of shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's important too. The shape that water takes on, because water takes the shape of the container that it's in. So it's like it
has
having this shape
like too.
this. It's like it's putting it in a form to where it's like balanced. That's why it's called core. But yeah, man, they knew what they was doing with this. This some good ass water.
Yeah, food for that one.
Definitely.
Yeah, food.
But that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, if you see, matter of fact, I mean, hell, we got the laptop. We can go ahead look this type stuff up. Water experiment.
I don't want laptop over there. I don't want to move. But yeah, but that's just while you're looking up, I just talk about it. But that's just a perfect example, like what you say, like even like how you speak to a person, that shit is powerful. Because that literally, like somebody can literally come in here out of nowhere and tell you they hate you. That shit gonna make you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Like the type of words that you use to people. Like that's why they say choose your words carefully. Choose your words carefully.
Words are definitely powerful.
Yeah, like
for sure.
Like speak with
words take vibration too.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy, man. That shit mind blowing. I never even looked at it like that. So now that you're telling me, because what about it, 70% of water, right?
Something like that.
And the certain sounds and words that's used, and the way water, the molecules or something in the water?
Yeah.
The way they form, that affects the water. So imagine our body made up 70% of that. Damn.
And look,
they didn't even teach me that shit in school.
They didn't even. They didn't even speak to this water. They just labeled it. It says container labeled with this. Container type with the word happiness. Look, the molecule formed this shape. The hexagon.
That's deep right there.
Look, they playing music. They gonna play some music for it.
And for people who don't, because y'all know y'all probably can't see it as good, we probably could put an example.
Nah, they can see it. I'm pretty sure.
You think so? I probably can.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it might be kind of bright, so it might.
It's just showing the different forms of, like when a song is played, and like a certain word that's used, and the forms that water take when it's said. Like when they said love, what did it turn into? The water.
It made like a hexagon.
It made like a hexagon type of shape. The shit was beautiful as fuck, and it looked good.
It was like a crystallized
it was like formed, like in great, perfect form.
Yeah, and y'all might be familiar with it. Y'all might have seen it before, but yeah, man, that's what it is, bro. We literally like, you know what I'm saying, vibrations down here, and like you were saying, like women just tend to be more in tune with it because they just.
I can't speak for other races, but I can only speak for black women. Because that's the main people I've been in contact with anyway.
Yeah.
But they got a different connection, man.
Nah,
and that's because they walking. That's why I do the older. That's why we was talking about that in our group meeting.
Yeah.
We was talking about like I was like I want to have a daughter.
Yeah.
I want to have a daughter. Like you know how dudes have that fear of like having a daughter because. Oh my daughter, shit! Oh man, she gonna be a hoe, and I don't want niggas doing this shit to my daughter and all this shit.
I heard one of you little niggas.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Well, I ain't say.
Oh my god, I would fucking nigga.
I don't hesitate to young nigga.
But for real, I think really dudes be scared to have girls because karma. they think about karma. Yeah, they think about how they was doing girls, and they don't want that same. Shit happening to their daughter.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they know how dudes.
You just know how dudes
think.
is anyway.
That's what I'm saying. We know exactly how dudes think.
Yeah, man,
but that's not really true though, because
if your daughter, like, you know what I'm saying, if your daughter, you know what I'm saying, she straight, you know what I'm saying, she gonna be alright.
But she can still get finessed by a nigga though. It's so
I don't know. She gamed up.
Yeah, she gamed up.
You know what I'm saying? She know better. I feel like it'll be a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to have a daughter though, because I want to give her the game so bad.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the main reason why I want to have a daughter, because I want to like let her know, even at a young age. Like I'm not finna like, when I have a daughter, I'm not finna like baby her as far as like just sugarcoating shit. Like I'm gonna be straight up and tell her how life is, bro. Yeah. Exactly how niggas is, and like just how you really give her the game.
Yeah. Because
when you don't do that, that's when you like set them. I think that's when you set all kids up for failure.
Right.
When you like sugarcoat shit their whole life, then they get out here and it's like they in the wilderness. They don't know what the fuck to expect. Yeah. And that's when you see. That's why you see a lot of people getting finessed and just going through hardships that they shouldn't probably have to go through. If somebody that before them would have like just gave them the game. But I mean, you can't give them the game if you don't know it anyway. Yeah. Like when I say the game, I'm talking about life. Like just explaining that aspect. breaking that down to them.
I was telling my cousin that I think that was yesterday or the day before yesterday, cause he had asked, because you know how I posted what's y'all opinion, like do y'all think we choose our parents and this and that.
Yeah.
Like he had told me, he was like he told me he didn't think so, but we had got into that, we started talking about it, but I don't know how we came across it. We started talking about kids though, basically, like how they come here. That's what I was saying though, cause you know kids be pure when they get here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we wasn't fucking up.
So I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of saying. I was like, well, kids, I feel like that's what I feel like. Cause that's what he asked me. He was like, where do you think along the line? Because what I say, I feel like I said, we was talking about reincarnation and whatnot, and as far as us, you know what I'm saying, carrying information from our past lives, or maybe like from our genetics, like from our DNA, you know what I'm saying, we're storing this information, because we store information in our DNA, like we have, you know what I'm saying, information, and
just like we store,
you know what I'm
like
saying,
they say,
and trauma and everything else,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, our DNA, you know what I'm saying, so he was asking me, okay, so along the line, like where, like do they start forgetting like where they come from? And I was like, shit, it's different for different people. You know, it's like some people, they forget at birth, you know. Some people, you know what I'm saying, they start, some people remember, you know. Some people, it just starts, you know what I'm saying, it starts degrading. That's not a word, but I use that a lot. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? It starts degrading. That's really the word, degrading. But I be saying degrading. It start doing that, you know what I'm saying, just along the lines as they start, you know what I'm saying, developing in this world, you know what I'm saying. It's like, we like hard drives at the end of the day. It's like once they storage, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's like we start getting hit with new programs. It's like you gotta start clearing up shit, you know what I'm saying, making room for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different for everybody. But basically what I was saying was that's why I feel like kids, I don't feel like they should just be forced, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like ideology should be forced upon to them.
I agree.
I feel like you should just let your kids rock.
Give them
you know
options.
What I'm saying? And it's like you teach them the ways of the world, like you were saying. That's what I said. I was like, you teach them the ways of the world just because, you know what I'm saying, that's necessary. They're going to have to know where they at and what they dealing with, you know what I'm saying, what's out there. You know what I'm saying? But as far as who they are, you know what I'm saying, you got to let them be as free as possible as far as expression and everything else. Because your kids going to be the ones who end up teaching you. Yeah. Because they the ones coming in with this new information. We got old information. We got out. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be outdated. They the ones coming in with the new shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
The kids is the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people be focused on trying to, you know what I'm saying, program their kids, and you know what I'm saying, force their ideologies on them and shit. It's supposed to be the other way around, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
So it's like shit. That's how I be feeling. But you know, yeah, man.
I think about that all the time. Like, I think I was in church or whatever, and they was just saying they was saying how kids become like identify as like Christian like by the age of like 12 or something. It was some like statistic or something like that. Yeah. And I was like that's only because like it's kind of the church. Yeah, like you kind of forced it on them. Like you now I believe in like when I have my kids, I want to give them options. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to just give them like one religion. I want to let them know about all the religions out there, because who's to say this one thing is right?
Plug. We coming back to it full circle. Now, what they be saying on the podcast, when they be saying like when something come around full circle, it's like that's a great what they call it. It's a great segue. Segue. But this coming back around though, it's like okay, full circle. Let's get it. We was talking about American guys. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
different
you're
guys.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a fucking full circle, because that was one of the conflicts that I have. That's one of the conflicts I have with problems that I have with religion.
Religion talk. It's that time.
That's that time.
Let's get straight to it.
Let's get straight to it.
It's time.
I'm always thinking about it every day.
You know what I'm saying?
If you highly offended, oh fucking well.
I've been waiting on this.
Oh fucking well, and we not out to offend at all. We just out to give it to each his own our opinions. Yeah, but man. Okay, on the thing about religion or whatever, because I obviously just grew up Christian anyway, because that's just the church I went to church. I was born into it. I didn't go to church all the time like that. But as I got older, I just started realizing, I was like, most of these people in here, they didn't really have an option. Like, that's all they know. So that's why it's easy for people. That's why it's easy for religions to fight each other and shit. Yeah. Because you're born into either a straight Muslim home or you're born into a straight Christian home. Yeah. So you're looking at all the other religions like, they shit not right. My shit is right. Like we talking about. Right. I got this type of guy. They got this type of guy. They believe in that. We believe in this.
Bro,
so it's like a competition.
Not to cut you off, but shit. What did you see the this post that I retweeted on Twitter? It was about them chimps.
I deleted my damn Twitter.
Why you do
that? Because I need space on my phone, and I ain't got time for.
But your account ain't deleted though, right?
No. Yeah. I need to just go back to it.
But yeah, man. It was this post on Twitter. It was talking about some chimps. It was basically saying, okay, so you got this room full of chimps, right? It was like a experiment being taken place, right?
Yeah.
It was fictional or whatever, but at least I'm assuming it was fictional. This might have been some real shit.
Is it based off a movie or something?
Nah, I don't think so.
Cool. Okay,
but it was this room. So you got this room full of chimps, right? I think it's like 5 or 6 chimps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Say they got this. They got like it's a room full of them. You got this ladder, right? You got this ladder in the middle. At the top of the ladder, they got this banana hanging down, right? So what it is, chimps they like bananas. So by default, they gonna try to climb that damn ladder and get the banana, right?
Yeah.
So what you have is like, okay, so you got one of them. They try to climb the ladder, go get the banana. But every time a chimp attempts this, they get sprayed with some cold water, or the rest of the chimps get sprayed with some cold water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't like that shit. So they see that this is the cause and effect. This is what's being taking place.
To get the banana.
Right. I mean, like they see that whenever like one of them tries to go get the banana, that the rest get sprayed with cold water. So eventually. They start, like, whenever one tries to go get it, they beat his ass up. Like, nah, bro, don't do that.
Exactly.
Like, we gonna get sprayed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, this takes place over, you know what I'm saying, until they get the message, basically, until they find out that, don't be going up that ladder. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a unspoken rule type shit. So, what happens is, they replace one of the chimps. They take one of the original ones out, and they put a new one in there. Now, the new one doesn't know what's going on. So, by default, he's going to try to climb up the ladder and grab the banana.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is they don't let them do that shit because the original ones that's in there, they know what's going on. So they don't let them do that shit. So they beat his ass up when he try to go get that banana. So he getting beat up. He like, damn, I was just trying to get a banana. He don't know what's going on.
He don't understand why are you not trying to get the banana?
He hasn't experienced getting sprayed with the water and nothing. He don't even know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the chance to because they didn't let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, okay, he learns, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of like a thing. Like, don't go get that banana. So what happens is, okay, they take another one out. They take another one of the original chimps out, and they put a new one in there. So, the new one tries to go get the banana. So what happens is, of course, they beat his ass up. Now, you got the past new one, the last one that, you know what I'm saying, they got it. You know what I'm saying? He takes place in this, you know what I'm saying, not even knowing why they are doing this. He don't know about the cold water. He hasn't experienced that, but he know, since they did that to him, you know what I'm saying, he went through that. You know what I'm saying? He know that that's an unspoken rule that you're not supposed to climb up this ladder and like get that banana. We gonna bind you up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So he taking place in it, not even knowing. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this new one, he getting, you know what I'm saying, basically put onto it. You know what I'm saying? So now he know that that's a thing. Okay, don't go up this ladder. Don't try to get that banana. So basically, this keeps happening over a period of time, right? Until you have all new chimps in a row. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you know what I'm saying, getting replaced, whatever. So now, when it's down to the last ones and the new one come in and try to go get a banana, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so now what you have at the end of the day is like a room full of chimps who just going up, who not letting the new one go get this banana, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess they know that's an unspoken rule. Like, you don't do this. But none of that, what you have at the end of the day, none of these chimps know that if you go get that bitch, you go get sprayed with this cold water. No, none of them know what the cold water about this time.
Yeah.
I mean, at this time. So basically, they just unknown why they doing this shit. They just know, right? It's just the cycle that they've been put in and that they've been following. But they don't even know why that's a thing.
Yeah.
And basically, the point of that post was, okay, this is what we have. We have like, okay, you have people who've been put into certain traditions. You know what I'm saying? They just following in it blindly. Not even knowing why, you know what I'm saying, it's being upheld.
Bro, thank you.
You know
that blows I'm the new fucking chimp.
Yeah, that's so deep, bro.
I'm the new man. We the new
right
fucking
there,
chimps.
Yeah, bro, that shit hit me. I'm like, bro, whew. If that ain't what's going on, man, straight up. Because what we have today, bro, we have a system that's being upheld. And man, if we get, like I say, okay, go ahead, get off into religion, bro. This is my thing, bro. It's like you have these people, bro. We following this tradition, what we call Christianity, right?
Yeah.
But none of these people know the origins of this shit.
Not the real origins.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what they've been born into, and you gotta think, exactly. Man, I hate to sound cliche, but at the end of the day, it's necessary. We got introduced to this shit through slavery, bro.
Okay, I got a question about that. Because
that's the only reason we even followed this in the first place.
Yeah, that was my whole thing, was that we got introduced to it through slavery. But I've heard the opposite. I've heard that Christianity was actually started
in Africa.
Yeah.
Kirk Franklin.
No. Actually, my girl told me. Yeah, he did say that, but my girl told me that.
Yeah.
I think my girl told me that. Yeah, she did.
I don't know.
And we're gonna have to do our research on it, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look out into it.
But I feel like it's hard for me to really respect. No, my bad. I have respect for Christianity. My bad. It's hard for me to just take it wholeheartedly and just believe in it completely, because I've seen how it's manipulated so many of our people throughout history. Even now, it's manipulating people. You know what I mean? In certain type of ways, like how we talked about before. As far as just like it's keeping you strained down, like you know what I mean, like people feeling like they can't even like.
And that's literally in the Bible that you're supposed to be a good servant. You're supposed to obey your master. You know, that's
master.
You're supposed to.
I just hate that fucking word. What the fuck is a master?
I mean, it ain't. I mean, I guess ain't nothing wrong with that, because you know we have teachers in school, just like we have teachers in school.
You're right.
Or
we follow order.
We follow order. If you're apprentice, you know what I'm saying, you studying some type of martial arts, you know what I'm saying, you have a master, you have a sensei, you know what I'm saying, so I guess, you know what I'm saying, that's what that is, it's levels, you know.
My thing about it is, like you said,
when oppression is involved, that's where it's like,
that's what it is, oppression when it's involved. And like we said, like you can literally sit down with like certain people who are just like wholeheartedly followers of like certain religions or whatever, and they can't even tell you why, like things, they can't even tell you why, like things are really the way it is, and like it's certain questions that I can ask and they can't be followed.
But they've been taught
they can't be answered.
They've been taught not to question.
I hate that about, like, I grew up in Christianity.
That's when you know the fear.
And they say you don't question God, and I'm like,
I'm not questioning God, bro. I'm questioning this shit.
Exactly. I like
this system. You know what I'm saying?
That was my main thing about it. Like, even like when it comes to,
I guess that's kind of questioning God to an extent.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it is, because
I mean, but we do question God because we don't know what God is. I guess essentially.
Yeah. So like if you ask me, if you look at religion, if you ask me, it's a man-made created thing. But you can say, well, we came from God, so He put that in us to whatever. Like you can remix it however you want.
Yeah.
But I'll just look at it like, I'm like, I know how manipulative man are. When I say man, I'm talking about human beings. We're manipulative with everything we do. Look, just the prime example is politics.
Yeah.
The way politics is formed, as far as Democrats, Republican, Independents, and all that stuff, it takes the basis of like how religion is.
I'm glad you said
it's like the perfect politics and religion. They are really formed the exact same way.
Yeah, it's crazy how they try to separate that shit.
Yeah, it's the same damn thing. You got it's
based
like
off the same type of foundation,
same principles, same type of foundation. It's like you got the cult following, and you got we're right, you're wrong, you're right, we're wrong, you're wrong, or whatever, and it's just constantly fighting. Yeah. And so I look at religion, I'm like, man, just imagine like if religion was never created and we just believed in just ourselves mainly. Imagine how many lives. Imagine
the world, bro. And
look at the countries who are fighting. Like you got the United States. Who do we get in fights with? Other countries, mainly Arab countries.
The ones Muslim. That's not our allies, I guess.
Exactly, Muslim countries most of the time. We've been fighting in the Middle East forever, and so. But at the end of the day, it really has to do with religion. You know what I mean? You got Christianity and
I mean, it's more so a greed thing.
No, it's greed too. But that's been since the beginning of the time in the Bible. Like, think about the religions that were created that we don't know about.
I feel like that's a cover up. They try to say, okay, these people being oppressed, let us go help them. But
that's bullshit.
They going over there.
Take oil and take land. That's it's colonizing. It's
exactly the
21st century. That's just it's like
European,
from the very beginning.
The typical European, you know what I'm saying, American way.
Yeah, bro. Like human beings been doing that since the beginning of time.
Right, I can't even put that on Europeans.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna put that on Europeans, and that's how I'm learning to stop doing that because. You have motherfuckers in Africa conquering,
right?
And taking over lands and enslaving people to Asia, all of that. Oh my God! Why you think the Great Wall of China is put up?
Right.
Like that was straight invasion, taking over land, like raping, just destroying shit. You know what I mean? And human beings. That's why I say human beings. We the most fucked up creatures in the fucking world, bro.
We gonna get off into that too.
Oh my fucking God! But like just to stay on like religion, I just feel like I don't like that I can't question it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. They say don't question God. I'm like, well, if God came down, I got a lot of questions. You know what I mean? And I don't think He's gonna be mad at me if I have questions. You know what I mean? Because if the way the world is so complex, He should
understand.
He's gonna be understanding as hell. He's gonna be like, I feel like God will come down. God, I look at Him like we talk about Him like a physical thing, but if it was like some type of physical thing, He would come down and be like, bro,
just a voice, whatever.
Like a voice. He would be like, bro, yeah, you should question this because this is not right.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I feel like God, the real God, the real true God, whatever that might be, bro. I'm pretty sure it's not in accordance with these religions and these strict structures that's being put into place, bro.
I think these religions have like this. They have a tiny dot. You know how they say we only discover like a dot on a paper of space or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how religion is as far as just telling us or knowing about like the real true God. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know that much. It's like. Even just
they don't
like,
want us to. That's
like even if you like read the Bible, it's so theatrical. Like when you read it, it's so like just reading a good book that somebody else wrote. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, it is, and I'm not talking about it bad. I don't look at it in a bad way because the Bible dope as hell. Like
that's one of the most controversial things. It's like, okay, is this even real?
That's my question.
Or is this allegory? Did these events really take place with actual human
beings,
people?
Happening.
Or is this just allegorical, you know what I'm saying, stories about, you know what I'm saying, I guess elemental, you know what I'm saying, features of the universe and like things of this nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we getting off into like comedic religion, like we know for a fact that this is based off of nature. That's what they call the meta nature. This is what this is. The meta nature is based off of nature. Like the sun, you had the sun god, which they call Ra, you know what I'm saying, Horus, Osiris, was the god of the underworld. You had Mayat, you know what I'm saying, which was the goddess of basic balance, universal law, just principles, morals and principles, like the 48 laws of Mayat. You know what I'm saying? This was where the law system came from. You had Tot, which was thought, which is, you know what I'm saying? Thought.
Thotiana.
But they call him Thoth. Or I mean, Will and Kemet, they call him Tahuti. But in you know what I'm saying, I guess farther down the line they start calling him Tot or Thoth or you know what I'm saying, thought. But that's what that is. It's thought. It's of the mind. It's the mental. He's the one who brought writing. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, knowledge down. You know what I'm saying. That's what me and Ty was talking about. He came from he was known as Thoth the Atlantean. He came from Atlantis. You know what I'm saying. He was one of those survivors who brought that past knowledge of that civilization into what you know what I'm saying began to be known as Kemet.
Yeah.
When that civilization started to you know what I'm saying, started to rise.
And just to get in, just to put a point, not put a point into it, but just to like. I think what it is about religion, like even like the Bible and things like that, I think they really just simplified it for most people.
Yeah,
because a lot of people are dumb, to be honest.
That's what a lot of people.
They just simplified it.
That's why
I don't look at it like something bad. Religion's not bad at all. Like for the most part, the reason why they did it is for good. I think in certain aspects. Like you got to think about people was living crazy as hell back in the day. Like people still living crazy. And so, like the principles and the values, if you live like that, you for the most part you're gonna be a great human being. Yeah. But of course,
that's kind of what it was, bro. It's like giving you the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what, you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like known as. It's like, okay, people say that like this shit wasn't even nothing that was taken seriously back in the day when like they was like first put into place. Like these was like children's stories. These were used as like, you know what I'm saying, like I say, allegorical type of things.
Yeah, like sitting around.
So like, you know what I'm saying, kind of break this shit down to children. Like that's what this was used as, bro. You know what I'm saying, to kind of make that shit, you know, it's easy for them to understand.
Some of it, and it's like it reads like that too.
Right, you know.
Yeah.
So then it's like over time, like, you know what I'm saying, these stories get passed down, you know what I'm saying, it becomes tradition, and you know what I'm saying, people start taking that shit seriously, just like when we was talking about the apes, like, they don't even know what this is, but they just know, you know what I'm saying, kind of the basis around it, the theme was, you know what I'm saying, that, they start taking that shit seriously. It's like, that's how I feel like that shit started getting uphill, you know what I'm saying, they probably don't even know the actual origins of it, so it's like, you take modern day, where this shit was start getting put into place thousands of years ago, you can only imagine how, you know what I'm saying, misinterpreted is starting to get now, you know, and that goes for, man.
Just imagine how it's going to be thousands of years from now.
Yeah.
How's the Bible going to be now? Then. Because a lot of things, if a person who actually like, because a lot of people who are just like outright Christians, like believe in the Bible wholeheartedly, everything that the Bible says, they get criticized like a motherfucker these days. Because if a lot of things in the Bible don't go with how society is now and the things that we believe in society now, it actually goes completely against it. Like, even if you're talking about like people, what they beliefs on gay people or just like race and just every little those uncomfortable conversations that people don't want to talk about. Like the Bible goes against a lot of certain things or whatever. And if you're a person who believes in it wholeheartedly, you kind of look crazy as hell these days.
And that's the thing, bro. It's a traditional thing.
And you might not be wrong. I don't know who's right. But
that's what I was going to get off into as well. It's like, you got to think, this is just like a whole nother racist traditions, bro. Like, I guess that's kind of like a controversial topic as far as like, you know what I'm saying, you have this group now, you know what I'm saying, they call themselves the Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying, the black Israelites, they call themselves.
Them niggas be on the corner yelling like a motherfucker like on the cliff.
Yeah, they feel like they
God. I be like, bro, come, looking like they be having the black and white looking like superheroes.
I don't know.
Yeah, they be on the corner on 7-Eleven in Oak Cliff. Right on Ledbetter and
it was the Muslims. Now you got the Israelites out there. They combating them niggas now.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, what's going on.
I mean, that's kind of like a controversial topic as far as okay, you have black people who think they might be, you know what I'm saying, offspring of the Israelites, sons of Israel, you know. But it's like, that's what I was getting off into. It's like, when we're talking about Christianity, this is a whole nother tradition that's not even like of ours, bro. Like, this is somebody else. Like, this was people who was back in Jerusalem. That's they shit. That's these Middle Eastern, you know what I'm saying, people, these Israelites, the sons of Israel. And you know what I'm saying, Israel had 12 sons, Jacob, you know what I'm saying, and that went how, you know what I'm saying, that went. But it's like I say, bro, if we talking about, it's like I say, it's everything is like so distorted, bro, because even if we talking about that, it's kind of hard to say if that was even like a real person and his sons are real people, because
that's the main questions I always have. Was that actually real?
When we talking about Jacob and his 12 sons, it's like this can be applied to, like, you know what I'm saying, astrology. And the 12 houses, the 12 zodiac signs, the 12 months of the year. The 12 hours.
I feel like they might have just dumbed this shit down.
You know what I'm saying?
Him put it in more just human.
Because this was their ways of, like I say, this was their ways of understanding nature and time and, you know what I'm saying, the elements and these types of things. You know what I'm saying? I like when you get off into Hinduism, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got Shiva, you know what I'm saying, which is like a god of, like, he was like the god of destruction, and you know what I'm saying, this type of things and rebuilding and this type of things. You had Kali, she was a goddess of destruction. She an American goddess. She the waitress. The Indian lady. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You had
and that's why that makes sense why the way you talking about Hinduism or whatever, like you said, the god of destruction and stuff. And then how you brought it back to American gods or whatever, because that's like the whole concept. And I can get how you can look at the world right now as like, it's like the gods fighting each other type shit.
Yeah, that's what it seemed. That's what it seemed like,
that's
bro.
Like even if you look at just like natural disasters happening and shit. And then you got
it's kind of like a fight for power, like,
it's like you got other stuff combating it, stopping it. You know what I mean? You'll stop it.
It's like,
and you got other stuff happening.
That's what I believe a lot of these guys be, bro. Honestly, fam, I feel like they was just like beings or spirits that got like a whole bunch of people to believe in them and like start doing their work to try to like take over shit, to take over Earth, basically, bro. That's how I honestly feel, bro.
It could be like that. We could all us as human beings. I'm thinking about it. Us as human beings, we can all transform depending on how our spirit is and how our soul is. We could transition into the next life or whatever we go into, and we can be fighting for whatever side we fighting for.
Right.
You know what I mean? We could be on this the gods of
that's my thing,
help,
bro.
or you could be a god of destruction depending on what type of human being you might be.
Right.
It possibly could be like that.
See?
Think about it. Just look at it like how it is. Just look at it as human form.
Because
and I don't know if we right or whatever, but look at it as
you gotta
human
think
form.
people now could end up being a guy fool later on down the line. They get enough people to end up following them.
You got people like that now.
You see what happened with Neil, bro. It's like he's being looked at as the new Christ figure, bro.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can literally his
like
teachings.
Jesus, like Nipsey Hussle is the modern day Jesus Christ, bro, of the 21st century, bro.
It sound everybody was just saying that, and I be like, I try not to get caught up in like just everybody just saying something and believing it. But if you just stop and look at his teachings or whatever, and just the way he moved and the things he believed in.
As far as the way it apply now, it's the same shit. I feel like it's kind of like the equivalent of what Jesus was teaching, like in that time, as far as how it applies, like
and like how he had to
like in this society.
And it was like he was like a living like how I be saying how you like just a living spirit, like he know like he had purpose. That about dude. Like, he had purpose. He just did. He didn't just. That's why I love Nipsey so much. Like I got on like to Nipsey. It wasn't even about the music with Nipsey. Like what's the album? The latest album he had. Victory Lap was just an icing on the cake for me. That's what really brought me to his music, whatever. But I was fucking with Nipsey. It didn't have nothing to do with music. It had to be about. It was his teachings and stuff he was preaching. Like. That was like bro. Motivational, and you know what he did, like Jesus was. He didn't just talk about it; he did it. Show me a miracle. Jesus walking on water, from what they say. You know what I mean? He feeding the poor, helping people, like you know what I mean, being kind. Like that's what he did. He did the work.
Put his niggas on.
Yeah, Jesus put his niggas on too.
Straight up. And you got like and back to that. We were talking about Jacob and his 12 sons. It's kind of like the same thing. It's like, okay, you had Jesus and his 12 disciples. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, yeah, bro.
Ooh, it's crazy. Because think about it in the Nipsey situation, like people that you was helping and how they came back to betray them.
Right,
betray him.
Exactly. A nigga from his own gang, fool.
I think he was like signed to his own label or some shit too. He had signed them back a while back or something. But in his own gang, own gang.
Yeah, bro.
On some Jesus type of shit. So, but
and here's another thing that just came to mind. It's kind of random, but you know how? Okay, we know Judas killed Jesus, and we know the story of Julius Caesar and Brutus, right?
No, tell me. You know I don't be knowing shit. Tell me.
You know how you ain't never heard the story of Julius Caesar?
When you tell me, I'm gonna go.
Have Brutus betrayed him? Like that was his homeboy. Like that was one of his closest partners.
Brutus betrayed Jesus?
Nah, Julius Caesar, Brutus.
I don't know.
How when Julius Caesar he got killed in that what was that, Senegal or whatever they had all them niggas come out with them swords and stabbed his ass stuff. Okay. They killed that nigga. Mm-hmm. But you gotta think, bro. How does that correlate so closely? Judas killed Jesus and Brutus killed Caesar.
Judas killed
Jesus. Brutus killed Caesar. JC, and his name was Julius Caesar. This shit is a game, people. Ah, man. But speaking of that, you know, Julius Caesar was like a Roman. I don't want to outspeak giving out misinformation, but I think he was like a Roman emperor or something like that. Something of the sort.
Something like that.
But you gotta think when we talking about Christianity, bro. That's what you remember when I said Christianity is kind of like a big collection of like previous cultures and like traditions, and they kind of like put into one.
Yeah.
And like they kind of like started when Rome got their hands on it, they started putting their own stuff on it. And we know this because like I was telling my boy, like we know Jesus, that's Jesus.
Yeah.
And you know Zeus.
And the Romans was the ones who ultimately like killed Jesus, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, they did.
What's bro name? I can't even think his name. Start with a P. It's something.
Bitch ass motherfuckers killed Jesus, bro.
Whatever that ninja name is, but yeah, man. And I feel like, I mean, that's just we just assuming this is even a real story, just for one.
But you know what?
Right now,
my fucking.
But they said, but you know, his name wasn't even Jesus, bro. The letter J didn't even exist back then, bro. That wasn't even a real letter, bro.
Yeah, we don't know.
His name was. I guess his name was Yeshua. Yeshua.
I've heard of that.
You know what I'm saying?
But the way I look at Jesus, I always say it. I said, bro, like you know how people talk about Nipsey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even like when you was growing up, what was your perception of how Martin Luther King was?
I didn't know who he was for real until like 6th grade, bro. When I did a project on that ninja.
But when you learned about him, was it like just a super perfect person? Everything good, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was with me. Always everything good. I didn't know Martin Luther King was fucking on these hoes until later on. Yeah. But shit, hey, I always say, shit, if you fight for the cause, bro, that's the least my nigga could do. He deserve it. If you out here willing to die for the cause, at least my nigga gets some. Come on, man. Don't get some poon on the side.
Yeah, that nigga had to have something.
Come on,
you got to be perfect.
You can't be perfect, but see,
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna say that, bro. I hate to be that type of person, fool, because you know you might have certain people. Well, no, ain't nobody perfect.
Ain't nobody perfect. You got some type of fucking flaw.
What somebody
would
perceive as a flaw, as a character flaw. You know what I'm saying?
And but what my point is though, like the way people look at Martin Luther King, the way I learned about Martin Luther King, and like the stories that people told and stuff, it was a person who was perfect. He wanted to help everybody, like the Jesus story basically.
Right.
So Jesus could have been just like that, just a regular ass human being, but who was just a great ass person.
Right, exactly.
He died because he was fighting for a great cause. He was a rebel. He was an activist.
Exactly.
And he was really trying to help the people and free the people or whatever. That's basically what he did. He sacrificed his whole fucking life. And you got the powers that be wanted to destroy him because, like Martin Luther King, he wanted to uplift and help people.
Right.
They killed Jesus. He wanted to break their system. No, the Romans say, no, get Jesus the fuck out of here.
Out of here.
And people, he died, but guess what he did when he died? That shit empowered. It carried on. Like even like how Nipsey. Yeah. I carry on Nipsey, like his thinking and like the way you should move throughout life and like business wise and just like caring for people and helping people and like want to do things to create that legacy. That's like legacy. I mean, Nipsey lives within me type shit.
Right.
Like his type of teachings. Like Martin Luther King teachings is literally within all these like black activists and people who are fighting for like human rights and like just helping people. Martin Luther King's spirit is within all of them, and that's just like how Jesus basically was.
Well, not all of them. Some of them on some Malcolm.
No, no. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. You got Malcolm too, though. Right. It's different. You have your different, like, I don't know what you would call them, but like Jesus type figures, basically. If you ask me, but
Messiah.
A lot of people,
figures.
Messiah, but they say it's like one Messiah, or whatever. But I disagree. I don't think it's just one Messiah.
What's the definition of that? What is a Messiah? I think that's just a person who comes along.
It's a godly person, right?
We finna see.
Like a person who's like of God.
What it say?
Straight from him.
The promised deliverer of the Jewish. Okay, that's their shit. Okay. A leader or a savior of a particular group or cause.
Yeah. That's what the fuck. Martin Luther King was a Messiah.
Yeah. You got
Nipsey was a Messiah. Malcolm X was a Messiah.
These Messiah type figures. Yeah. Straight.
Bro, the definition of a Messiah, I didn't even know that. Because when they talk about Messiah, they say it's only one. I've heard people say it's one Messiah.
That's what they want you to believe. They so
caught the definition of Messiah is
they so caught up in their favorite one.
A leader or savior of a particular group or cause. So right now you can be a Messiah.
Yeah.
They'll say you the damn devil. The old lady in the church be like, "That's the devil." Don't you?
What?
God,
don't you know?
Let me stop messing with them. God,
hey, we love y'all, man.
No, for real.
Y'all
for
just
real.
lost.
Y'all lost, but y'all think we lost though. We lost too. We figured it out, but y'all just whatever. I don't know. Hey, to each his own.
But yeah, man. What I was saying, like, bro, it's like we done had so many Messiah figures, bro. Like Jesus was just it was something that I was getting off into. I forgot though. It was like well, I know I was talking about him. I know I was talking about him and Zeus because like I was saying like that not being his original name, like the Romans gave him the name Jesus,
Jesus.
And that's basically like I say because Latin. That's what they speak over there. That's what they spoke over there in Italy. That's where the Latin language derives from. That's basically kind of like a derivative, or like where Spanish derived from was Latin. Jesus in Spanish is Jesus. So you gotta think, and
that's why niggas be saying, bro, Jesus is Mexican.
Right. Yeah.
I done heard niggas say that.
Yeah, they said that American guys.
He was a carpenter.
It's meaning Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like that, bro.
They say, I've heard that. They be like, bro, Jesus was a carpenter. Who carpenters? Mexicans.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though. And they say that American guys, like, it's many Jesus. And I feel like, we done did that. We probably done created a whole bunch of them, bro, because I feel like, if that wasn't a real person, bro, he is now. And it's a whole bunch of them because we done created, created a whole bunch of them.
You put that energy out there, that's what it is, so...
Exactly. It's a bubble. It's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere existing that people is steady putting their energy into. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so fucking genius though. If let's say if Jesus isn't particularly like actually the Jesus that they say about wasn't actually really him or whatever.
Yeah.
That would that's like the that's the greatest fucking marketing ever, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you what I think
it is. To create this whole type of character because like you said, it creates that. Like every person who believes in that. they want to become that.
But
so
you know what it is, though?
That, actually.
The fact that I said it's like a ball of energy that you putting your energy into and exists now. Jesus is the sun, bro. That's where it came from.
Yeah, they say that. Yeah, because he's the son of God,
bro. But anyway, like I was saying, bro, they named him Jesus, and you know Jesus in Spanish is Jesus. And who was the Roman god? Who was like the king of the gods in Rome? The god of the sky. It was Zeus. Jesus.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Zeus. Jesus. Oh shit. Hold on. And that shit is down there spelled.
And this nigga look like Jesus, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you put that up to him and ask a little kid who is that, they probably will say that's Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But yeah, though, like that's why I feel like when they got their hands on it, and you know the I guess the Catholic, because I feel like it's different. See, you got two different like sects of Christianity, bro. You got the Catholic sect, and then you got the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, sect going on.
And then you got like, even if it's like, how many goddamn different versions of the Bible it is? I literally
so it's been times translations.
It's been times I'll talk to people and I'll say, bro, it says this, blah blah blah. They'll say, oh well, that's in the St. James version. I'm like,
it's saying the same shit. It's just gonna be interpreted differently based off the words they use, I guess.
And we don't even know. And you gotta think about it. Language changes.
Being lost in translation.
Yeah, language changes over time. Yeah. So the way they might have meant something to mean back in the day, we convert that into what we think it is. Right. That shit might be completely fucking wrong.
Definitely.
Like
when they say Mary was a virgin. I done read somewhere that that's not even what they mean. Like they use that to say that she wasn't married. Like that's what they call women back in the Gap who had a child out of wedlock that would be considered a virgin. Like she wasn't married, so she was called a virgin.
So do you believe that a person can have a baby without, like the story that they tell us?
I don't know. As far as human wise, I don't know about that, bro. But it's like if we was to get deep,
because people wholeheartedly believe in that shit too.
If we was to get deep off into it, it's like something. I guess the first being that was here created itself. It was born out of. It created itself. I guess so. What they call like in Kemet, what they called like Atum. That was their main god. He was the one. He created himself. He came out of the primordial waters. I guess the eternal. You know what I'm saying? Darkness. He created in himself, and he had children, Shu and Tefnut. But you know that's I mean, like when we was getting off into the black woman being God, you know, it's kind of like. Black women, they kind of like the representation of the cosmos, because when we think of you know what I'm saying, women, the feminine energy is typically represented as being negative, and I don't mean negative in terms of like being bad, but just on the negative end of polarities. Like male energy is positive, female energy is negative, because the male energy is like kind of what gives off the negative energy. The female energy is like what gravitates, what sucks in, it takes in. So it's like, you know what I'm saying,
they take it all in.
Right. So it's like where you got
see what I did.
Exactly. But yeah, so it's like where you got when we talking about the primordial waters, like, you know what I'm saying, what was there before anything else, when space was just void, it was just nothing there. That's kind of like that black woman energy, that black feminine energy is like, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's what was there, and it gave birth to something. But I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a kind of debate on what if something impregnated it, or if it just gave birth to something, you know what I'm saying.
That's what I believe. Like, you know how they say like the man rib created the woman or something.
But that's like when we was talking about the Big Bang. It's like
that's what I was thinking about when you was explaining it. Like how they say like the man rib.
Women came from man rib.
That's bullshit to me. I don't fucking know. To each his own. I really don't know. Well, of course I don't know. But if I just look at how, I'm just going off of what I think, like a woman gives life
first. That's what.
How can a dude give birth to the woman? Right. Like the woman.
But
woman gives life. The woman is God, damn near.
Yeah,
basically.
It's kind of confusing because it's kind of like a cycle that can keep. It's that chicken before the egg talk. It's like okay, but you know it takes the man to impregnate the woman. So technically, it came from. You know what I'm saying? The sperm came from the man and it impregnated the woman.
So if you look
at that man came from woman. So
it obviously had. I mean, I'm saying obviously. So you could speculate that it had to be just these two different energies that collided that created each other. Basically, they created.
Right. I mean.
You know what I mean? Like a man and how a man and a woman can just have a baby like that.
Or maybe see the original idea is that the first, I guess, being was androgynous, or it was like both genders in nature. So it, like I say, it gave birth to something from itself because it had, I guess, both of those. You know what I'm saying, aspects attached to it. It was like a.
Isn't it some type of? Is it certain animals that can do that?
I think seahorses can do that.
Yeah, they don't like need.
I mean, I don't know, but I think
that's not true. I think the dude, cause like he sprays his stuff, he spray like his sperm or some shit. Then it, like the woman goes into.
They do something. I think they carry the child for a certain. They carry the egg for a certain amount of time.
The male has the baby or some shit.
It's something I can't remember. Look
it up. Look it up. I got my phone right here. I'm tripping.
Hell, dude.
I think it's the male who actually have the fucking babies in the seahorse.
I mean, but even if not, there are certain animals that do that. They're asexual. You know what I'm saying? They might give.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think they'll give. Let me see what animals.
Oh, the eggs are fertilized by the sperm and then start developing into baby seahorses. With that, the job of a seahorse mom is done. Okay, I don't know. This ain't making sense. Cause them motherfuckers be shooting out baby. You seen the videos seahorses having babies? Motherfuckers shooting out.
Well, it might not be no animals. They giving all examples of bacteria, worms and shit. Well, worms, so I guess that count.
Yeah, it is true. Is it true that seahorse males give birth? And they say, great question. It sounds crazy, but it is true. And it's some type of, I don't know how it is or whatever, but I look at human beings as like animals. That's basically how I look at us. We were in some type of form. We're animals. Like we all in this type of ecosystem.
A derivative of it anyway.
Yeah, if anything. And so, shit, who knows like what we derived from, or you know what I mean, like what species we came from and how it all just collide together to make us who we are. Like we have no idea. Like it's not as simple as we think it is. I don't think.
I want to talk about that too because I didn't read it, but I was listening to the book Enoch. Remember we was talking about that yesterday. I told y'all I listened to it. This
is the type of conversation we be having. Man, my niggas be having at the park and shit. At the park. You know how girls be thinking niggas just sit around talking about females all day. Talking about
certain niggas do.
Yeah, certain niggas do. You know that shit's so surface. I ain't got time for it. We're not typical at all. I can't sit around and just talk about no damn females all damn day. But man, we get into some deep shit. But you say you was
listening to the book of Enoch. Man, that right there changed your whole perspective, bro. As far as like, cause you know that's one of the. I guess like I don't like just putting stuff out there without no solid, you know what I'm saying, solidity behind it because I'm not sure of how true this is. Yeah. But I mean,
and that's what we're doing with all this, by the way, y'all. Like,
yeah, right. If you was to do the proper research, I'm pretty sure you can find dig deep off into it. You can find I guess the origins of it and if this holds weight or not. But supposedly it's one of the original books of the Bible that was removed.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That missing information that they always talk about.
And that go back to, I think, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about the Council of Nicaea.
So, what will be the missing information?
We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
But, like, the book of Enoch, let me see. I mean, it's basically, it was talking about, like, the fallen angels, you know what I'm saying, the Nephilim, the giants and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? How giants walked the earth at one time. It was basically talking about that. So I can imagine, you know, and they talking about the stars, the information of the stars, and you know what I'm saying, how all that, you know what I'm saying, tie into, you know what I'm saying, how we use that to, you know what I'm saying, tell time and, you know what I'm saying, this type of shit. But that's what it was talking about. It was talking about a whole bunch of more stuff. But what I got from that, like I said, I was listening to it, bro. What I got from that, I don't know if this is necessarily true or not. This is just a theory of mine. But I feel like we're not even supposed to be here, bro. I feel like we came here against.
We're not supposed to be here on Earth?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be on some other planet?
Wherever. But I don't think we were supposed to be here, bro. Like, I feel like the original...
Shit, I can see that. We ain't doing nothing but fucking it up anyway.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like...
That's what the book of Enoch is talking about.
If I just look at just look at how Earth is. Look at animals. Like, that's the main thing. Look at animals, bro.
Right, exactly.
Look how they live within their environment.
Exactly.
They eat, they, you know what I mean? They not fucking shit up.
The circle of life.
It's
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
just life.
It's like they in the, you know what I'm saying? They in that.
We come in here fucking they shit up or our shit up, whatever.
Because when we go back to the Bible, when we go back to Genesis, we know God created the heavens and the waters, the earth and the skies and all of this. He created the animals, the vegetation, you know what I'm saying, the world. And, you know, on the 6th day, he created man. Now, we know, okay, he created man and he created
all the
woman.
numbers.
Right. And, you know, carbon is the 6th element. That's the atomic number of carbon.
Okay.
And, you know, 6 is, supposedly carbon is composed of 6 electrons. And I think 6, what is it? 6, I think it's 6 electrons, 6 atoms, and 6 neutrons, I think. But this is the element that we're composed of for the most part as far as the physical, because you know the rest is like hydrogen. You know what I'm saying? As far as the water, it's like hydrogen. You know what I'm saying? Oxygen, nitrogen. Well, I don't know if we got nitrogen. Well, we probably got a small amount, but I know nitrogen is mostly like dirt, like the ground and shit.
Yeah.
But like, let me see. What's the elemental?
Yeah, speaking to Mike.
Hold on, I got you. I'm just gonna Google this shit real quick. Elemental. How can I word this? I don't know. Some carbon, nigga.
Shout out to Google, bro. What does Google not have?
Shit, they starting to take shit out.
They are. Shit. They are.
I can't find it.
They hiding a lot of real shit, bro. But people don't even realize it.
Let me see. What's the elemental structure of carbon?
But I can only imagine like what the fuck we are type shit.
I can't even find it.
And why if you just look at look at Earth simply as it is, what is our purpose? Human, how are we really helping the Earth?
Oh, we finna get off into it.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
See, that's what I was getting off into. Okay, supposedly, let me see, on the atomic scale, it says carbon is element 6 on the periodic table of elements. It consists of 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons. So supposedly this is where 666 came from, I guess. It's the mark of the beast. It's the mark of man, I guess.
Purposely do shit like that.
Dr. Sabapathy?
Sabapathy. He used to purposely do like formulas and shit and equations to where they'll equal C. He'll do it. He be like, I ain't did that. He be like, ooh, 666. He be like, he was hell, boy. He used to purposely do that shit.
Nah, yeah.
That's where 666 comes from.
Revelation 13:18 says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. And his number is 603, which is 666. So if this is true, then that's I guess that's where that would be considered where they came from. That's the number of men. Because I guess, bro, I feel like at this point we are the beast, fool. Because what I was getting off into is like God created man on the 6th day. You know, he created woman. He took a rib from man, which we can get off like that's a whole other story. But he gave him a counterpart and this and that. But we know Adam and Eve, which Adam. Like I say, this I'll easily be allegorical, bro, because Adam is probably just the atom. You know what I'm saying? The first man or the first. You know what I'm saying? Elemental compound particle or whatever.
That's,
you know what I'm saying? They
purposely simplify this shit like that and just put it in so-called human form or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
That's what it look like.
That's what it sounds like, bro. I mean, yeah, for real. Adam. But like, okay, so when he created Adam and Eve, my theory is, bro, I feel like the original man, which I don't even feel like this can pretty much be argued. The original man, he wasn't he wasn't developed, I guess, in consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
It took them. They had to eat of the apple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the fruit of from the tree of good and evil, or the knowledge of good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's when they fell, and that's when they, wow, whoo! It's like that's when man fell. Is when he ate of the knowledge of good and evil. But before that, I feel like they was pretty much in, unison just in the circle of life. It was living in coordinates with the animals and nature and all this. They was good. It was once they gained consciousness is when they started to develop this, this God complex to where they feel like they was so ruled over everything else and started trying to do all this extra shit. But
extra shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Like your ass trying to fly. See what the fuck I'm talking about? Your ass trying to fly.
But listen, shit. This is my thing.
Flying ain't gonna hurt nothing though.
These were humans, right? What God created.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the original man was closer to animal, and we know this when we look at, you know what I'm saying, old what they call it,
caveman
like caveman and like Neanderthals. But what we call it though, when they dig bones up and shit. Archaeological. But what's the shit, fossils and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, when I look at that shit. But I feel like, the original man was closer to animals. So like he was living like that. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't on this shit we are now. It was when we failed, what they say, when we fail, when we ate up the knowledge of good and evil, when we fail or whatever, when we gain consciousness or whatnot. But like what I'm going with this is, when you look at the book of Enoch, see, I feel like this is why they took that shit out, bro, because they don't want you to know where we come from for real, bro. What we are. See, Jordan, I don't think we the original. We not the original man, bro. We something different. We come from somewhere else, bro.
I think it's like, if you ask me, I think it's like some type of higher human forms or some type of whatever, and we might have came from them.
Like a lot of people,
I don't know.
A lot of people might be.
I got different theories.
A lot of people might be, you know what I'm saying, of that. See, it's so much shit going on, bro. It's just everything is all mixed.
Might be a whole science experiment in this motherfucker. Yeah, people don't realize we could be a science experiment, my nigga.
There's a lot of that going on,
we could be. I get weird when I think about it. I be looking every time I think about it. I just look up and be like,
a lot of that going on.
Who the fuck? What motherfuckers playing with me?
We were talking about that yesterday. Like when we were talking about DNA manipulation and, you know what I'm saying, genetic splicing. See,
because we doing it now.
We talking about people.
What's gonna be? What are we gonna create?
Vegetation and shit. Nah, vegetation ain't the only thing that's genetically modified. Nigga, we got genetically modified humans, bro.
Niggas is making their kids have blue eyes and they dark skin as hell.
Yeah, bro.
And whatever.
Man, bro, I'm telling you, it's like that, bro.
What are we creating? What's gonna be the next? Cause think about it, like we have the Neanderthals, then those type of human forms develop into the humans that we are now.
Yeah.
How the humans gonna be? Like I said, 20,000 years from now.
Right.
What are they gonna be?
And that's something that I was like,
the Neanderthals will look at us now and be like, "We
what
not
the fuck
that."
Are y'all?
Nah, nigga, they are.
They gonna look at us like we some type of guys or something.
And we will look at them as like some animals, like
right.
we'll be hunting their ass,
like a damn ape or something.
Yeah, like an ape. We would have some name for them or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was something that I got.
We do already.
This was something that I got wind of not too long ago, like maybe like years back around 2012 or whatnot. How like humans, how we evolving, like, you know what I'm saying, in DNA. Like soon, like our DNA, you know how DNA consists of 2 strands. Soon it's gonna develop to where it's like 3 strands, bro. And I think they're gonna have more chromosomes, and it's like they gonna like unlock, you know what I'm saying, more parts of their brain.
How much of the brain can we use?
They say like supposed to like, I think it's like 2%. It might be like 10. I don't know.
That's why that movie Lucy was so dope to me.
Yeah,
which I didn't like the ending, but it made sense. She turned into God, I think. Yeah. She said, I'm in everything.
She became one with the universe.
Yeah, exactly. And if
that's what we're supposed to do. See, we start separating ourselves.
Supposed to be. We think we the shit and we not.
You know
that's a fucking problem. But to touch on another thing, it's another theory of mushrooms.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on Joe like Joe Rogan podcast. I was watching this guy. I gotta find out the guy who theory it comes from and his philosophy on it, whatever.
Yeah.
About human beings gaining consciousness and just knowledge or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you said, we was like probably just one with the world, whatever, and we were just these animalistic type of creatures, just not even just. We had our communication.
I'm not even gonna say we gonna say them.
Them, because we not
that.
I guess we might derive from it, but I don't know. But it was the guy's theory. I gotta find it. I gotta start knowing these people's name or whatever. But it was that these guys discovered mushrooms. Yeah. Human beings discovered mushrooms.
Yeah. And
if you know anything about mushrooms, if you know about anything about psychedelics, that shit will turn. I haven't really done them, but I smoked some weed that make me feel completely different.
So like, you can imagine.
So I can only imagine how like DMT. I think it's a DMT.
Yeah.
DMT. I think DMT they got like these toads. It'll come from the toads too. Some like toad frog things.
They probably.
But that's like the original type of thing that they produce. But like mushrooms and just like what's the name of the drugs or whatever? Psychedelic type drugs. It literally opens up your mind completely. Like it completely opens up your mind different. So I can only imagine those type of creatures back in the day, them getting a hold of something like that and how it opened their mind.
Right.
And like the shit that we getting on now, how it's opening in our mind. Like you got technology, the way it's opening in our mind into the way we even think right now.
Yeah.
People wasn't thinking like it's people who still don't even think like this.
Right.
They like you guys are fucking insane. These niggas is crazy as hell talking about this.
Yeah.
But shit, we the new goddamn apes. We the new like they experience whatever. We the new ones, so we thinking completely different.
Yeah.
And so, but like, how is the human beings gonna transition in the next centuries ahead of time? Because this shit gonna keep going in some type of way.
Like I say, DNA, consciousness. You know what I'm saying? All that. I mean, that's just assuming that's even gonna still be a thing, just being human. Because like I said, they turning into robots and shit.
Everything's trying to turn. Shit, motherfuckers is regular in the flesh. People are in the flesh human being, but they walking robots damn near.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people's thoughts are controlled by what they see online and technology and what's being produced through them. You know what I mean? Like algorithms. The way a lot of people think is based off algorithms. You know what I mean? The things that they believe in. That's how sometimes when I see certain stuff that's getting fed to me, that I can tell that they purposely feed towards me because that's what social media or like technology think that's what I fuck with. I kind of try to combat it in a certain type of way because I know that it's kind of programming you in a certain type of way.
Definitely.
They be like, oh, you like that? Okay, here you go.
You know it.
So.
Not for real. But getting back to the book of Enoch, bro.
Yeah.
I was listening to that joint, and it was like I said, it's talking about the fallen angels, and that was kind of like the story. It was like you had these angels, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're called the fallen angels. This group of angels, it was led by this one angel. His name was Shem Yaza. He was like the leader. He was the one who like conducted this. It was like, okay, we're gonna go down into the daughters of men, what they call it, the daughters of men being humans, basically. And what they did is you had these angels who came down and they interacted and mingled, you know what I'm saying, basically took they took their bodies, basically. The way it's the angels. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically the way that made it seem is like, okay, they put it into like terms where it's like, okay, they came into the daughters of men. So basically they had sex with the women of the earth.
Came into the daughters of men.
Right. So they had sex with the women of the earth. And they had offspring who were, you know what I'm saying, grew to be known as the Nephilim. Those were the giants, the ones who, you know what I'm saying, walked the earth and whatnot. But the way I look at it, I think the theory is that you had these angels, you know what I'm saying, or these intergalactical beings or whatnot, who weren't even what you call it when somebody is from somewhere. They weren't inhabitants. That's not the word I'm looking for, but they weren't of Earth, you know.
Okay.
So I feel like the ones that was here, those were the ones, you know what I'm saying, God's children, the one that they create. I mean, the one that, you know what I'm saying, they say God created. They were more like animalistic. But what you had these intergalactical beings, these angels. They came down, right? And they came down and they, you know what I'm saying, they gave them consciousness and they, you know what I'm saying, it was some whole other shit.
That sounds like how they try to say like people who have their beliefs about extraterrestrial and aliens or whatever, like how they feeding us things,
right,
feeding us technology and shit.
So what you had is like you have these offspring who is kind of like, okay, this species that was originally, you know what I'm saying, in living in harmony with the earth, you know what I'm saying, it's more of an animalistic type being, you know what I'm saying, but they came in, you know what I'm saying, the story, you know what I'm saying, you had these angels who came and started mingling or whatever, like, I don't know if they just had offspring or if they took their bodies or took those shapes and forms, you know what I'm saying, and started living down here because they wanted to experience Earth in the physical, you know what I'm saying, shit that was going on down here and whatnot.
They came down here
and what you had, yeah, bro, they just started doing shit.
Wilding.
And they just started, you know what I'm saying, it was like, they just started throwing shit off. It started throwing shit off. And like I was telling you, Enoch was the grandfather of Noah, so he was around at this time. He was the one that the Archangel Uriel came and
is that why Noah had the knowledge that he had?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
of knowing that the flood.
Yeah, that's what they get at the end of it. You know, because they told I think one of the I think it might have been Archangel Uriel. It was one of the angels, or it might have been. But Enoch, he was supposed to have talked to God personally. He ended up entering one of these realms, and what I believe he probably experienced. He probably dealt with some of these psychedelics or something, because the way it's worded in the book, it's like he entered a realm where it was like it was different. It was a few different realms that he went through. It was like
high as fuck.
It was one with fire. It was like just straight lines of fire. You know what I'm saying? It was the angel. The angel was guiding him through it the whole time. It was like one. He saying like some high ass mountains, some that weren't like Earth. They weren't like, there was some like high ass mountains. Yeah. He's saying like some that resembled like a throne. You know what I'm saying? He supposedly, you know what I'm saying, talked to God during that experience.
And who's to say?
And God told him that you know, what was going on, and this was gonna happen, and your grandson, which was Noah, is gonna be the one who carries out this you know what I'm saying, carries out the new, because that's what happened. That was the reason God ended up flooding the earth, because of, you know what I'm saying, you had the Nephilim here, you had giants, all this shit was throwing off the balance.
So he gonna watch this shit out.
Yeah, so it's like he was finna, you know what I'm saying, wipe that shit clean and start over, because they was down here like causing havoc type shit.
Now, do you think that, because we talked about this before, do you think it was actually like a flood that really washed the whole earth out, or was it like
it could have been, or it could?
Because think about how like back in the day they didn't have phones. Their communication was word of mouth. Literally, that's it. And somebody might get on the boat and going somewhere and letting somebody know something. So like I talked about this before. I said you could be in Dallas. Imagine living in the Bible times, living in Dallas.
Yeah.
And a whole flood comes through and washed the whole area out.
Yeah.
You could literally think that it wiped out the whole damn world.
I think it did.
And I think it did because
we see this shit,
other religions say the same thing.
Right,
it's like they all have their different form of Noah. So and in different areas of the world.
And you physically see it, like, you know what I'm saying, certain water or some shit that you can tell was like underwater for a long ass time, and where shit started getting withered away, and you know what I'm saying, this type of shit. But yeah, it could have possibly been, like, I feel like, like you say, shit, it's not that hard to believe, because like I say, you know, the earth was all the continents was together at one time.
Oh yeah.
You know
see, that's what I'm not thinking about. That's what I'm not even thinking about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it wouldn't have been that. It was like a big ass island, basically.
Exactly.
So a big ass waterway could have just easily.
And
you know
it can still happen to this day anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
But like that make way more sense. What was it called? Pangea. They called it Pangea or whatever. And so like you said, it was like a big ass Australia, together. Big ass the United States, all the continents together. So all it take, you got all this damn massive body of water
around it. Yeah.
It's literally surrounded with water. Yeah. It's an island, big ass island. So yeah. That makes sense.
Yep.
It was just a big ass land mass or whatever. So that shit is crazy though.
No, straight
it's
up.
Crazy.
But yeah, bro, like that's what I think, fool. Like, man, I feel like that's still going on to this day. You probably have people who like not even like that's what I was looking for, native, I guess, when I was thinking the word inhabitants, like people who were native to Earth. And like, you know me, like I say it all the time, like I be feeling like I'm like that. Like I feel like I'm not from here. Like I came from somewhere else, like out of there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I probably just took a body here, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to experience this shit. And I feel like a lot of us, bro, like I feel like we weren't supposed to do that, bro. Like we was like, you know what I'm saying? We not from here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We came here and like started fucking shit up. Like we was talking about Scar, you know what I'm saying? Throwing off the circle of life, you know what I'm saying? As far as like just exerting the land and just like, you know what I'm saying? Just but taking a lot of shit from.
That comes with a choice though. Because like I say, like, me and you have the choice to not do that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of other people have the choice, but they choose to fuck shit.
Yeah, everybody not doing that shit. Yeah. But, I mean, but even to an extent, it's like...
I would love to know how many...
But you gotta think, like, even with that, bro, because we still take part in, like, the consumption of a lot of the shit that's not, you know what I'm saying, in Earth's best favor or best interest.
We so disconnected from it.
Exactly.
Like, just think about, like, driving a car, you fucking up the earth.
Exactly.
Earth right now. You finna hop in that little Mustang.
Exactly.
You finna fuck the earth up right.
I want the Tesla.
For real, Tesla.
I'm getting the Tesla when I got the buddy.
And then
bro.
you could say it's some type of way it's fucking the earth up too. Because you taking the natural resources.
Vibration or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
So, but I think because we so far disconnected, disconnect for real. But we so far disconnected from it. Just like this iPhone right here, like how people like it's people who mine for certain materials that go into the iPhone, you have literally child slaves and child laborers who put this whole damn phone together, and they say they not, but they are. Yeah. And it's like certain materials that come from Africa that have to be used in order to make these technologies they use. Yeah. And they digging deep in the ground. And these are people who getting treated like shit, and they ain't getting paid shit. Yeah. And so, but we so far disconnected from it. It's hard for me to understand and feel that, oh damn, this phone was made because it's some kid in Africa or some kid in India or whatever. Right. And you know what I mean?
And then it's like we kind of like have the attitude that it's like, okay, that shit got made anyway. So it's like,
so it's gonna get made anyway. So
you know what I'm saying?
You might as well
we
just
use it.
Participate in it. I mean, just like back in the day, people who had slaves and stuff. It was just like shit. They already got slaves. Everybody got slaves. Right. So
same with meat consumption. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit getting slaughtered anyway. Like that shit right there in the stove. That shit already did. They go, what's going with me eating it? You know what I'm saying? Meat, so yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no pause for it.
It's lazy. Hey man,
let it go.
But yeah, bro, like. Which that's probably something that could be changed if it was a drastic change or a drastic drop in meat consumption, and that would be forced to start producing that shit so heavily because it ain't selling. But you know, as far as like, you know what I'm saying,
that shit be good.
Not that many people, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's not gonna suffice. But yeah, bro, like I was listening to that film and it was just like, yo, shit started hitting me, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. We was talking about that, like as far as like you incarnating as a spirit, you coming down here. I'm like, damn, bro. Hoping, man.
I have my mom's brother. He was killed, like he was young when he got killed. Yeah. And I was thinking one day, because like the way my mama talk about her brother, she just like he was just, you know, he was mad and he whatever, but he was like, she was like, he was so fun and people loved him, whatever.
When was that? It was when you was around. Like,
no, I wasn't no close to where he been born. He was like 20 something, I think, when he got killed or whatever. But I seen that picture, bro. I look just like him, bro.
Right.
And the way I act, my mama say is just like him. Yeah. Like, and I don't have no connection other than just DNA, and of course that being her brother. Yeah. Like I never met this dude in any way in my life, and they literally be like, "Boy," my mama be like, "Boy," like she always say that. Yeah. Then I seen a picture and I looked at him and I was like, "Bro," I was like, "What if I'm like a better version of him?" Like I carried that out and came back.
You inherited like some of that energy.
Like I felt, and I really, I feel like that's when I low key started like transitioning.
Some of that energy started getting like some of that energy got recycled into you.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure your mama like still carried him in her heart, like a piece of him in her heart.
And she don't really talk about it as much, and I don't really know. You know, I mean, you know, I guess she's just times when they just come up like that or whatever. Yeah. But like it's like I literally carry that spirit with me, like even like how she said like the type of attitude I got, and then like the way I like do things and like just like I don't know, I just carry that, and so I'm just wondering like. I guess that's a way of just like things just always coming back. You know how to just say, "Well, you done been here before." You know what I mean? And it's just like I never even got the chance to meet him at all.
Yeah,
never got a chance to meet him at all. I wish I could have, because shit, he probably would have understand a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like having that type of mentor thing or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know.
Definitely, it'd be like that. My brother said the same thing.
I can't even explain it.
My brother said the same thing about his nephew, because like. His grandfather died like a few months before his son was born, and he say like his son like carry a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, his traits or whatnot. He say he walk like him, you know what I'm saying, like most shit, like certain shit like that. It'd be crazy, but yeah, bro.
You remember my old KY?
Yeah.
You know, cause he died or whatever. He died tragically or whatever. Yeah. And I low key be catching myself like sounding like him all the time now. Yeah. Like all the time. Even the way I think about certain shit. Yeah. I be like, damn, that's fucking KY. And I used to, when I was like young, I used to be like, damn, I want to be like him. I want to be like him or whatever. Yeah. Like, cause he was cool ass nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just, you know, that just type of dude. Like he come in the room, energy. Like, you waiting for him to get to the family function. Yeah. It's just like he gonna turn it up way more. Yeah. And it's like I feel like I carry that energy now for my family now. Yeah. Like I'm the one that got everybody dying laughing around. Like I'm funny as fuck. I'm a fucking comedian around the fucking house. Yeah. And that's how he was type shit. Even like when I had like, I got into a fight, like when I got into a fight type shit, big ass brawl I got into type shit a while back. That's him. That was him. Like this nigga would fight. I literally felt like him in that moment. Like I told my mom, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like KY. Like this nigga know he can't win it, and he'll take on everybody. He say, Bud, I ain't gonna fuck, nigga. I fought all their ass, and that was literally me. And like it's not a bad thing that happened or whatever, but it's like I kind of carried on that spirit, like, and I feel like I carry it, and that's like I feel like I'm becoming like the traits that he have. I feel like he gave to me in some type of way, especially after he lifted off or whatever. Cause like his ass was crazy as hell. Like he was so goddamn crazy. So I be like, man, I ain't going with you, bro. Like this nigga used to beg me to go to the strip club and shit, and I used to be like, man, I ain't going to the damn strip club. Like I didn't care to do none of that shit, or whatever. I just wasn't that type of nigga. I didn't give a fuck to do all that shit, or whatever. And so like, but then he passed away, and it's like I damn near kind of became him in certain instances, like the good energy and all that good spirit that he carried. It's like it literally just that was brought into me.
Some of that shit,
and I don't know if it's just because I knew a little bit of it is like consciously I know he not here, and I kind of want to carry that on, and so I'll just be like, I'll say certain stuff that I know he would say, but I would agree with. But it's like nah, like that spirit is in me for sure, and like it's so like dreams are so fucking real, man, because like and powerful, because literally I'll sometimes when I'm in my moment where I be like, I'll sit down and be like, damn, okay, where I going? And I'll say, I literally do this all the time. I'll say, damn, I ain't heard from you in a while. I said it in my head, I never said it out loud. I'm like, damn, you ain't talked to me in a while, man. And I'll literally go to sleep, bro, and he'll have a fucking dream. I have a dream, and I literally seen that nigga like he had like wings or some shit, I don't know, but like he was like just looking at me, and he was just like smiling, like doing like this, like nodding his head, like, yeah, you good. And that, man, that shit, boy, whew, I'm telling you, like that shit is so fucking real. Like I literally would just go to sleep, and I'll say, man, I ain't heard from you in a while, bro. Sure be nice to hear from you. And I'll have a dream, and he right there in my fucking dream looking right at me. And he don't say shit. I don't know what the fuck he don't, but it's just like, it's kind of like, cause I be wanting to know he good. Like, damn, is he good? Like, he went out crazy, bro. Like, fuck, is he good? Please let me know if he good. And yeah, that's what it was. He told me he was good, bro, in my dream. I swear to God. Now I know you can think things and they exist, but I feel like that's too much of a coincidence for some shit to just happen like that. So I don't know, man. Well, I went up on the deep end on that one, but that shit real life, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
And that shit, it feel good though, because like it feel good, like time heals our wounds type shit, and not all the time, but in certain instances or whatever. Yeah. But like I learn from other people's mistakes, and I learn from other people's lives way more than anything. You know what I mean? So I see like where he fucked up at a lot. Like I'd be like, damn, he fucked up. Yeah. And I realized, I was like, damn, he didn't have patience type shit too. You know what I mean? He didn't have patience to like right now, like how I was talking about in the beginning of the podcast, like how I'm like feeling good because I realized like, oh damn, I got time. He always felt like he was running out of time because the nigga was ADHD type shit too, and all that shit, whatever. Yeah. But I realized like, oh damn, don't be in a rush, because you'll be in a rush so much you'll fuck yourself up, and you don't realize that if you would have just waited for a little bit longer, it's a whole different world waiting for you on the other end. And right. I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, damn, I wish KY was here right now, like, because the way technology is and the way streaming services is, like with TV and shit, because he was in entertainment, he wrote shows and did plays and shit. I say he would have definitely had his shit on Hulu, Netflix probably. I know he could have. But like I was like, if he would have just waited, you know what I mean? Just being patient, just keep working. Keep working and just keep going. But you know what I mean? Everybody don't have that patience type shit. And so I learned from that, and I just apply that shit to my life so I don't make the same damn mistake. That's what we're supposed to do as human beings anyway. We're not supposed to make the same mistakes our parents made or whatever. Yeah. We're supposed to just keep elevating. And what was that? What you say? PE? Something progression? What's that?
Efficient progression.
Efficient progression. Yeah. EP. Efficient progression. That's what it is, bro. So that's the mode we on, though. You already know that, bro.
For sure.
How long we been going? Shit.
Where we at?
How long we been going, bro? And it's like 12:23 a.m. right now, y'all. By the way,
oh, another 3 hour joint. Another 3 hour joint brought to you by Dion Jordan.
Bro, we finna have 100 hours worth of content within 2 weeks.
You hear me? Going up, nigga.
Going up.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do. We probably should do like a part 1 and part 2. Do you think? I don't know.
I just put that shit out there. We'll be back at it this week.
That's what I'm talking about. Put that shit out there. You right.
You know what I'm saying?
That hoe at 2:59 right now. It's 12:23 a.m. right now, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I
and
guess
it's Saturday, but fuck that, it's Friday still, nigga.
Nah, bro.
Deep Ellum still going up. Shit.
It's Saturday. It's just today. It's just still today.
It's just still today. That's a fact. That's a motherfucking fact.
But yeah, man, I think it's needless to say that's a good place to stop.
That's a good place to stop, man.
We'll be back at it this week, man.
What's
this? The deep end part 2?
Right, the shit is down a deep end part 2. Shit, I had a name for it earlier, but shit, what we gonna call it, motherfucker?
I don't know.
Shit, the deep.
Man,
for real. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Thank everybody for the support.
Nah, straight up, bro.
Go subscribe.
If y'all got the patience to sit here and listen to us talk for 3 hours, bro, man, we appreciate it. Shout out to the footage. Don't you ever think we don't. Straight up.
Please do. Send to a friend. And shit, send us any suggestions y'all got too.
Yeah, man. Don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to hit us up about nothing, bro. We love that shit, bro.
We open to all discussions.
Any discussions, bro. It's like, let us know what you think, man. Hit us up, bro. We your boys. Straight up, man. We love y'all, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody, man. We signing out, right?
Signing out.
Go.